drunk at the Hilly. I can't PD and I can't find my Willie. I'm just here for a little attention. Yeah, I got severe hypertension. So why you trying to get to know a Higgy better? Can't and whores, Bella's mom and Schmarietta. I don't know, I'll give it a go. ATF's big show, I ain't no hoe. I don't need a new man with a double D rack. Never mind, Higgy, your game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that, see? I'm not one of the girls trying to get locked down. Prince Higgy, baby, Jameson crown. I get down with the Hilly low comp ticket. 16 whiskeys is how I kick it. And you get excited for a midnight snack. I already told you, your game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that, see? Your game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that. I like sleeping alone. This won't go all night. A little needy and strange. It's true love at first sight. I'm the real deal. I do what I gotta do. From the rip, my whole heart's for you. Your whole heart is not for me. Not a half, not a quarter, not a clog, not a re. You know what's the problem? You're trouble and you're hot. I'm big, thick neck daddy Higgy. He's not. I got a question, not to be rude. Are you queer? Cause you keep calling me dude. Are you glad that you had walked me out? No self-doubt and you didn't cop out. No last words, I'll just mutter abide. Don't diss the caterpillar and sweat the butterfly. All of them girls must have got you gas. And when they see a good thing, they don't triple bypass. Well, for this town, that's right on track. Cause for me, your game's too whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that, see? Game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that. What am I? Another pretty face getting you a drink from my military base? All I gotta know is why did you use me? You talking? Psh, excuse me. We can't have nothing. You wear it depends. Well, if we ain't getting married, then we can't be friends. Well, then I guess it's nothing. Well, hey, I think you're puffing. Well, pass that weed. I won't weed whack nothing. You better catch a flashback. Remember, you ain't tapping it. You ain't my style, and I'm not having it. All I remember from that late night kiss is I'm more the mister, you're more the miss. Well, look, I treat you good. Treat yourself better. And I always come along. Write her a love letter. I greet you every day with a martini at the door. You won't last a year, you're overgrown bed sore. Well, I'm known in this town, and now that's a piss. I got no one to blame but myself and Melissa. You didn't answer me, Karen. Am I a good kisser? Don't remember, had a lot of Hennessy. A lot of girls out there that won't say no. The ones you take to your crib with 𝗀𝗏𝗄𝗃. Boom, now all my feelings is getting fatter.
Welcome to the Weekend Live Show.
508 is where I'm from.
We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night. Let us know in the comments right now where you reppin'.
Apache Junction, Taunton, Worcester, Long Island, Manchard, South Florida, Webster, Malden, Framingham, Tucson, Billerica, Salem, Gloucester, Moosop, Connecticut, Charleston, South Carolina, Roslindale, Moosop, Connecticut, London, Hanson, Glendale, Arizona, Lynn, Mapleville, Quincy.
Food stands, leave your clothes, buddy, and
hey, you a funny ass guy, man.
Have you ever heard of Turtleboy? Yeah? Are you a fan?
508 is where I'm from.
Hey, what's up?
508 is where I'm from.
How was that?
You a freaking idiot. Stop telling people that I'm mentally deranged and stupid.
Call me Aidan. He's not a doctor, but...
Get out of my store, please.
You're a fucking loser.
You are a loser.
You're not a journalist. You're nobody.
I'm not turtle hair. Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
NFL on the house, blog that.
Let's get this party.
And I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. And we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Tick, tick, boom. Boys, go baby, we bringing out toys. Boys, Chopper be singing, should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets.
Karen Reed has supporters who've shown up in large numbers.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this, so it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet. piece. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen this. An outpouring of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer. Unbelievable situation. Never seen anything like it.
Tick, tick, boom. You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me?
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. It's go, 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 go time.
Tick, tick, boom.
Boom. What's up, people? How's everyone out there doing tonight? Good? Good? Excellent. Welcome to the live show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. We had to do this 10 o'clock tonight, not our normally scheduled 9 o'clock hour. It was at Webster Lake 𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗃. I don't know. It's the longest lake name you've ever heard. We were out there today. Helped my sister move in. It was a nice little family event. So, and my daughter's friends had a party. We were there for a while. It was a big Saturday. It was a big day. So anyway, couldn't start till 10, but here we are. And yeah, that's that. So welcome everybody. If you're new here, my name is Aidan Kearney. I am the host of this here program. I have a number of nicknames that you can call me. You can call me Uncle Turtleboy. You can call me Dr. Turtleboy. It's actually my preferred pronoun. You can call me Daddy if you'd like. You know, there's only two people that are really supposed to call me that, but you know, I will allow others to too, because it can be fun and playful, but it's certainly not mandatory, right? You can call me Journalism Jesus. You can call me what else can you call me? Let's see. Oh, Timothy Kearney. That's my Facebook name. All right. So, yeah, call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp, and make sure you smash that subscribe button. It's normally Tuesday and Saturday night. Obviously, we've been doing it like every day during the trial, and we're still kind of riding the post-trial wave. So we've been doing it like every day. I don't know how long it's going to go on for. But, you know, hopefully it goes on for a long time. We'll see. You never know. There's just so much content to talk about. It's like every day there's just new shit to talk about. In this case, you know, I got my trial coming up. We got all sorts of drama, all sorts of things, you know, all sorts of crap. So we got a lot to go over. But anyway, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. And let me see here. Let me see how many subscribers we got. Now we're up to 151,592. Sweet. Awesome. Cool. All right, cool. Anyway, yeah, if you guys want to have your messages met out loud to the class tonight, you can click on the link at the top for a turtle chat, and you can do that, and you can pay whatever you want, write whatever you want, and I'm going to read it out loud to the class. Just keep in mind that, you know, the things I say in turtle chats are not my views. They're just, I'm a whore. I get paid to say whatever is on the teleprompter. That's the name of it. That's legitimately the name of the goddamn lake. Right. So I was there today. Anyway. But anyway, yeah, I've been really busy this week. I was on, let's see. I can't even remember. I was on the 𝗀𝗵𝗃 show. Have you guys heard of the 𝗀𝗵𝗃 show? It's like a nationally syndicated radio show out of San Antonio. I don't know. I went on there. He was cool. I went on Rebecca Lavoie's podcast on her Patreon. You could. I really enjoyed that one. Check that one out. She works for New Hampshire Public Radio, so I enjoyed going on with her. She's a really cool lady, and I just like how we, you know, we don't have the same politics like at all. Like before Karen Reed, I would never have been invited on her show, I'm sure. But this has kind of opened up all of our eyes that like we can unite on something when it's like good versus evil. You know what I mean? And it was really good to go on there. And she said that, like, I'm sick of using the caveat of like, yeah, you know, Aidan's, you know, some might say like, there's always a caveat, like, oh, he might be a little rough around the edges, but does this and he does that. That's good. It's like, she's like, I'm not doing the caveat anymore. I'm not doing the apologizing for being associated with you. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. And it's like, that's the way it needs to be from now on. Like, it was just awesome. So I enjoyed going on hers. I enjoy going on 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗃𝗍𝗃. And I understand a lot of people out there are like, because Nick's obviously had some troubles with the law in the last, like, since I first went in his program, like a little over 2 years ago. I was invited on by my friend Lauren D. Laguna. And, you know, Nick was kind of, he was like, he blew up during the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, and he did the Johnny Depp trial too. He's like, you know, kind of an OG law tuber kind of guy, streaming the big trials. And I kind of brought him into the Kearney case, and he had his own legal troubles last year. And so, like, a lot of people are like, yo, you shouldn't go on his show. You know, oh, he did this, he did that. And they're telling me, I don't care. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, he's not in jail. Like, that's all I need to know. He's not in jail. And I don't really know all the details of what happened. And I also believe in second chances. So, like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. Like, I treat people how they treat me. And he's been nothing but good to me and respectful to me and nice to me. So that's how I'm going to treat him, period. Like, that's just what I do. Like, I don't need to know every single detail about every single person's past. Like, he's not in jail. So he can't, whatever it was, I don't know. I know he's had some issues with addiction, whatever, you know, but I'm not judging anyone by that. You know what I mean? So that's just how I view life. Okay. And then, so I went to his show on Thursday, and what else? I went to another one too. Justice Served. I love going on Justice Served. I love them. Mike Bryant, and I fucked up her name. I've been calling her Baden the whole time. It's Baden. No, is it Baden or Baden? Linda Kenny Baden. Anyway, she's awesome. She's just a really, like, I like going on programs where they just get it. You know, they get it. So that's cool. I'm also going on Monday, another channel called Breaking Points. Have you guys heard of Breaking Points before? It's a political channel. I'll show you right now. A guy by the name of Ryan Grimm reached out to me. And again, Ryan is somebody whose politics differ greatly from mine, you know, based on looking at it. But he reached out to me, and he's just like, he's big into the First Amendment stuff. You know, he's like, that's what he's interested in my case. Isn't necessarily the Karen Reed aspect of it, but the, you know, the First Amendment aspects of it. So, like, my case. So this is a pretty big channel. It's got 1.5 million subs. So we'll be on that. And I mean, it gets a lot of views, these videos, you know, I don't know if it's going to be live. I hope it's live. You know, it's kind of the fun. But 250, you know, usually Israel strikes Iran, breaking points. Like, this is typical kind of stuff that they cover, but so mine's obviously very different, but it is what it is. I'll go on anything. That's my thing. It's like, how about that? Like, I'm going on, like, Joe Pags is a conservative talk radio guy. 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗃 is conservative. You know, I could go on a list of like right-wing shows that I've been on, but I've also then I go on NHPR, and then I go on, you know, Breaking Point, and I'm going to be going on Andrea Burkhart tomorrow night too. That's what I'm really excited about. So tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, I'm going to be going to Andrea Burkhart. I really like her. I really admire her. And I've been in touch with her before about doing, you know, a collaboration, but she was like hiking the mountains in Chile or some shit. And so it just wasn't a good time, but you know, I'm looking to do a post-trial. She's like, however long you need. I'm like, we could talk all night. I think it's going to be a long one tomorrow night. That's what she said, but I think it's gonna be a long one and a good one. Also what she said. So just looking forward to it. You know, a lot of cool collaborations here going on. And we got the doc coming out. Like, the doc will be out in like 4 to 6 months. It's going to be dope. And then's the movie. And you guys, you know, a lot of people are talking about right now this news that dropped yesterday. Hollywood Reporter the Karen Reed movie. So like, if you guys read that press release, it's pretty like in there. It doesn't, there's no movie yet. It's her rights. They have her rights. So that was a little bit of misinformation. There's no movie. Whereas like I've already, we have a movie. We're already, and we're basing it off of the documentary. So that if she does one as well, that's fine. We're going to do ours. But we're there's still a chance that we might collaborate on my movie. I don't know how any of this works. But yeah, it's cool. I did make a comment on there that some people thought, like, I'll just bring it up because I talk about shit on there. Like, so let me bring this up real quick. And like Rogan would be the best. Rogan would be the bomb. So check this out. I just didn't like the way it was worded, the Hollywood Reporter story. And I don't know, because I'm a nitpicker for stuff. And like and I think people took this the wrong way. This wasn't a shot at, like, this is a shot at whoever wrote this statement. I didn't like this statement when it said this isn't just a legal thriller. It's about what happens when a single voice refuses to be silenced. Okay. So I didn't like that because it wasn't a single voice. It was, you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't like that at all. Because to me, that minimizes the very, very hard work of all the people. Like because if it's not a boots on the ground movie, if it's not about the people that were actually out there demanding justice, then it's a fairy tale. That's what it is. And so I hope this isn't, because that needs to be the theme of any movie about the Karen Reed saga. If you are glossing over the work that all you people put in out there, if the movie glosses over that, it is completely out of touch. It is a fucking fantasy. And that's my issue. It's like, don't make it a fantasy. If you're going to do a movie on the Karen Reed story, make it accurate. Make it what actually happened. And what actually happened in the Karen Reed story is thousands of people ended up outside that courthouse, but it wasn't just there. It was through the cold winter mornings, every day, people every Friday out at Dedham Plaza, all that shit, everywhere you go, on the goddamn bridges, the highways, the overpasses, the fundraisers. I mean, the fundraisers are huge for this stuff, right? The Halloween parties, like this is what paid for all these experts, dude. Like this is what paid for the the ARCA guys to come here 4 times. A single voice can't do that. So like that, this is, I hope this is just a bad statement. Because to me, this is like completely minimizing the work that all these other people put into this. It's fake. It's a fantasy. This is not what happened. So I get a lot of comments to this, and people are like, are you jealous? You're jealous. Like what, bro? It's like, you should not jump to conclusions. The Reed family and attorneys, as well as pretty much everyone that knows about this case, is very aware your voice was key in it. Where did I say my voice? And this is what I hate about this. Is why I fucking hate about this shit. And this is why I did the so-called hostage video, is because retards on Twitter say stupid shit like that. Like, that's fucking stupid. Whoever you are, you should take a fucking lap, because that's fucking stupid. I mean, because at no point did I say anything about my voice. I don't mention myself anywhere in that tweet. So like, you're like acting like I'm saying that I want credit. Never said that. Never said that. I'm talking about boots on the ground. I'm talking about the little man outside who isn't getting shit out of this, who doesn't have a whole bunch of donos and their own YouTube channel and 150,000 subs and any of that shit. What about them? That's what I'm mad about. I'm standing up for the little man there. And these people are acting like I'm like demanding my credit. I'm not even saying that. I would never do that. You will never hear me do that ever. I will never, ever, ever do that. I promise you that. Right. And so I said, this tweet isn't about me. My voice is useless alone. This thing all worked out because thousands and thousands of people jumped on board. Okay. And that was the very first thing Karen and her team did. Recognize the support. She even said she could not have done it without you and the thousands of you that were there that day. Well, just to correct, I was not mentioned at all, to be very clear, nor do I want to be mentioned. I'm not asking you to mention nothing like that. So that's another inaccurate thing there. Okay. Stay in unity and love. What? Remember, there are some of us that are praying for you in the coming process. Okay. Stay grounded in love. Okay. I don't even know what that means. And so all I said was, I'm going to be honest and truthful. And if you think this was a good press release, you're entitled to feel that way. I strongly disagree. So that's my diplomatic way of saying you wrong. You wrong. So it's like, I don't know. I think this is badly worded. And then somebody says it was a team effort. Like, okay, at least Karen's quote makes it clear it was a team effort. And then I read that quote and it said, it was ultimately a groundswell of local residents and a grassroots campaign that afforded me the resources I needed to fight back. Local residents, it's like this didn't happen. Again, I don't like the fantasy of it all. It's like that's not quite what I mean. I guess would you guys call this a grassroots campaign? Is that what this was? All of us, is this a grassroots campaign? I don't know. I just don't like it. I didn't like it. And you know what? And here's the thing. I'm allowed to criticize shit. Even people on my own team. I'm allowed to criticize it. I thought this was a shitty press release. I didn't like it. And that's what I do. I'm honest about shit. I thought this is a major announcement. I thought that was shitty. I thought the whole thing sucked. And it's like, I'm not going to pretend it didn't. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, love and unity. That was fucking awesome. Because that would make me a trained SEAL. And I'm not that, right? I'm honest about stuff. That sucks. Like to say that like a single voice, that's what's called tone deaf. And like, remember, the defense like listens to us. Like they hear the things we're saying. Like they said that in the closing, that they like listen to the things we're saying. So I'm saying if that's the direction the movie's going, abandon fucking ship. Because ain't nobody want to see that movie. No, there is no fucking market whatsoever for that movie at all. People want the truth. People want to know the real story. They want to know how this shit got started. Okay? Because for 15 months before I got involved in this shit, and before all you people got involved in this stuff, okay, no one was paying attention to this. There was literally no one talking. There was the murder of the century, the story of the century, right under all of our noses, and no one knew what was going on. So this whole single voice the single voice did nothing. Like that was the problem. The single voice was not working. That's the issue. Like, don't they like that's the whole story, is that she was alone and no one was coming to help her. Okay. It was her against the world, and she's going to lose that when it's her. Karen Reed didn't win this because it's her against the world. That is a fairy tale. There's no Karen Reed against the world. It was Karen Reed in the movement against the world. And that's why it won, because the movement had her back. And fuck anyone who doesn't like that at all, because that's the fucking truth. And I don't give a shit if you like it or not. Okay. Get over it. Anyway, like this fucking loser. Okay. So this person's going to be banned in 1 second. So they're going to be banned. But I'm going to bring up your stupid fucking comment, KGMV, just to make fun of you. You're ruining this movement with your selfishness and divisiveness. My selfishness? Fuck you, cunt. Fuck you. And fuck all you people who don't like it when I use the word cunt. You're all a bunch of fucking cunts anyway. Shut the fuck up. It's words. Get over it. If you're offended by the sound of words, there's something wrong with you, not me. It's a great word. Move to England. They use it all the time. It's a term of endearment. All right. It's where we got our friggin' language from, England. But selfishness, how am I selfish if I'm standing up for others? If I'm standing up for the people who are standing over the overpasses in the middle of January and February, all cold and shit, I'm standing up for them. That's not selfish. That's selfless. I'm standing up for the people who are being completely ignored. Like, you can't have a movie that doesn't, like, overlook those people. Like, you can't have that. It's stupid. So fuck, I can't express that long enough. Fuck you if you don't fucking like it. All right? Divisiveness. Where's the divisiveness? What are you talking about? I'm about unity. I'm about bringing all these people together so that they're not forgotten. And oh yeah, I went to fucking jail. Are you kidding me? I have sacrificed more for this movement than you ever fucking will. For anything in your whole life. You will never sacrifice what I sacrificed for this. So I will say anything I fucking want to. At all. Period. Done. Anyway. Because that's who he's really pissed at. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's that. All right. So this person's banned. Not her. We love Lauren, TYZ. Okay. So anyway, back to this. So let's do some turtle chats, shall we? Because I have some things I want to talk about. All right. First up, let's see. I'm going to make sure I'm hold on. All right, here we go. All right, we're getting the ball rolling strong tonight. So 𝗵𝗲 from Microdots is over in Scotland right now, visiting family. But he started off earlier today. He donated $1,000, and I don't even want to accept it from him because I love 𝗵𝗲 and he doesn't owe me a goddamn thing. But he gave $1,000, and his comment is, without Aidan, there would be no free Karen Reed and no Microdots. Please consider matching me with a donation to Turtleboy's legal defense fund. Holy shit. So that's amazing, man. I appreciate that, 𝗵𝗲. And, you know, I did read 𝗵𝗲's one of many amazing people that I met through this. But he's probably the most talented person that I met in all this. And he's created some amazing content that has been extremely useful for the defense team, particularly in the first trial. He was literally a part of the defense team. He has been with me in my early days of going to Canton and filming, you know, my investigation there. He's just been awesome. So love 𝗵𝗲, and I love the work he does. And thanks for getting us started tonight, pal. Okay, Cali Girl sends $10, goes, Doc Unc Turtleman, two things. Number one, it would be awesome if you could interview Victoria George and ever spill some tea on the jury selection and their thought on certain juries when they chose them. So I did. I mean, I'll be honest. Again, I have to be honest about shit, right? I'm not going to lie. So I asked Victoria George to come on my show, and she expressed interest in it. But ultimately, then she was told she can't come on. So she was told, don't go on his show. So there is, and again, I don't know why. I'm not complaining, but people ask. And so she was told, don't come on my show. And so was David Yannetti. So is what it is. I'm just telling you right now, I'd love to have Victoria George on, but she will not be coming on because she was directed not to come on by the boss. Obviously, Karen told her that. So. And then it says, number two, can you talk about how beneficial it was for this jury to actually have a real taillight as evidence that they could handle when deliberating? Thank you for all you did. Absolutely indispensable. Yeah, I mean, the actual taillight being in the courtroom and them seeing it and Alan Jackson hitting it like that was awesome. It was awesome. So I think it made a big difference. Them just hearing that, seeing that. You know, whatever. And I'm not trying to start any shit here. It's the chat. Like, people ask a question, I'm going to answer it. The why, I don't know. I don't know the why. And quite frankly, I don't care. Like, I don't beg people to come on my program. You know what I mean? To me, it's an honor to be on the Turtleboy live show, right? And so if you don't want to come on, you know, it is what it is. Like, but I like Victoria George. I just recently started talking to her after the trial. So, you know, she's welcome to come on whenever she wants. And, but if not, I've always done this show alone. You know, I'm going to continue to do this show alone. I rarely have guests. I had Will on last week because that was like a special occasion. And I obviously interviewed Paula, the juror. She was awesome. But again, I don't know and I don't care. And it is what it is. Like, I'm not losing any sleep over it. So it is what it is. I'm sure they have their reasons. But all right, next up. Karen's weird Fall River accent sends $10, goes, the fact is Proctor never would have felt comfortable planting and tampering with evidence if 𝗺lie and 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃 were straight shooters. Corruption rots from the head. You were right about every one of these pigs. Karen Reed is free. Now it's time to free the turtle. Well, thank you very much. And you're absolutely right. The biggest problem in this was 𝗺lie and 𝗵𝗃𝗃. And that's why I hate them. That's why I hate Brian 𝗺lie with all my being. And 𝗵𝗃𝗃. Like, they're just as dirty as Proctor. They're just as bad. They're just as bad. You know? They're just as horrible. Like, they need to go down. The fact that they are still out there and like go, you saw how arrogant 𝗵𝗃𝗃 was at the trial. He says everything went great in the Karen Reed case. This case is a national embarrassment. And he's like, yeah, it was perfect. Wouldn't have changed a goddamn thing. It was with integrity. Like, bro, it is what it is. All right, next up. Nicole sends $5, goes, Dear Turtle, I miss how you were before the Karen Reed case. While I respect what you've done, you were amazing before her too, and I hope you don't let her take you over. Well, I wouldn't say her, the case. It's not her, it's the case. Remember who you are. We love you. So look at my thoughts on Karen Reed, the person, is she's just she's literally just the victim of this. Like, to me, that's all she was. Like, this story to me was never about Karen Reed, the person, at all. This story was about the McAlberts. The story is about the McAlberts and the corruption in the police department. That's what the story is about. Karen Reed is an interchangeable part that was the unlucky person who accidentally exposed all this. Like, let's be honest. Like, if she dropped her boyfriend off at a house. That's all she did. She dropped her boy. She's just a person who dropped a boyfriend off at a house, period. And that could be anyone. That's why people identify with her. It's like, because she could be you. Like, that's the most common thing that I hear. She could be you. You know, so it was awesome. You know, like, to me, the story has always been about the McAlberts. It's always been about the McAlberts. She is literally just an interchangeable part to this. And, you know, a lot of people will say, like, a lot of people talk about Karen's personality, like, and blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't know anything about Karen's personality. Karen should be a stranger to me because she never should have been arrested. That's the big thing. It's like, if Karen was crusty panties, like the shittiest person in the world, I would still defend her, believe it or not. If crusty panties hadn't already done such horrible shit to me, but like, if it was a person of horrible moral character, I would defend them. I would defend anyone in her position, because it's not about her. Okay. It's about the fact that these people murdered John O'Keefe. This is about John O'Keefe. Okay. They murdered John O'Keefe inside that house and they got away with it. And they're walking amongst us. And that's fucking scary. Like, people capable of killing are out there and they're walking around amongst us, and they're going to soccer games and they're going to PTA meetings and they're acting like everything's just fine. And the cops that covered this up are going to be involved in other cases. I mean, the only one who went down was Proctor. Like, he's the only one. He's fat. He's unemployed. He's crying in the backyard. He says, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And, you know, actually a couple other people have gone down. John Connolly's gone down. That's another one. who's the other guy that was overthrown on the select board? Tom Theodore. Yeah. He went down. And Chris Albert's next. Next year on the Board of Selectmen, he's going down. Next year on the whatchamacallit, the district attorney's race. That's going to be a big one. Getting rid of Michael Morrissey. Whoever runs and like puts a, better put on a serious campaign. That's all I'm saying. They better be serious about it. But okay, next up. Hold on, I gotta turn the AC on. It's a little hot in here. All right, we're back. All right. Next up. And by the way, with the hostage video that they're all calling it, all right, look it. I don't know what people aren't understanding about this, right? All I was doing was, I wrote an article because I just felt inspired to write an article based on comments I was seeing online. And I'm like, I was going to do a tweet about it, but I'm like, no, I want everyone to see this. So I did a whole article on it. And before I pressed publish on the article, I had the whole script line, like the whole article lined up. So I'm like, wait, I'm not just a writer anymore. Like I used to be just a writer. Now most of you consume my content on YouTube. So I'm like, I really have to get it out on multiple platforms. And so I'm like, I'm just going to read this and put it on a YouTube video, right? Because, if you're at the gym, if you're driving, you can't be reading it. You just want to listen to it. So I'm like, I'm just going to take the same thing and I'm going to put it on a video. And that's what I did. And so you see all these people who are out there like talking about, that's a hostage video. Is he reading off a teleprompter? Yeah. It's like literally, it's a fucking article. I'm reading my own article. A teleprompter is when you read somebody else's words that they put up for you. They're my fucking words. I just read them out loud. And I did it because it cuts down on the ums. Like when I'm doing a live show, I have a lot of ums. I have a lot of, so anyways, and what was I talking about? It's like, I can't forget to say shit. Like just fucking, you read shit. It's a fucking speech. Like I'm reading a goddamn speech. So anyway, it's just ridiculous, but okay. Back to this. Claire sends $25 and goes, I love my Saturday night dates with the doctor. Turtleboy, let's fucking go. I love our dates too. Thank you very much. And back to Nicole's comment about what I did before. This is what I did before. Investigative journalism. I've been stuck on this one story for a couple of years, but I'll, have more in the future. But this is kind of what I've always done in a way. All right, next up. Shannon sends $10. Oh boy. Okay, so I knew this was going to come up. Dr. Turtleboy, why is Estey threatening you? And is Esther her real name, not Estey? She's not related to Karen, right? Well, that's a lot of questions. So no, her name it's not Estey or Esther. I think it's like Avril, as in like Avril Lavigne. I don't know what, I think Estey is like a brand, or I don't know what Estey means, but she goes by just one name. So it's like Cher. It's like a brand. I don't know. But I don't know her very well. First time I noticed her was she posted a video of herself outside the State House doing like a choreographed dance to Tick Tick Boom in like baggy jeans and I don't know what else. And I'm like, cool. Like that was my thoughts on that. That's cool. A little bit look at me behavior, but whatever. I don't really care. Like I'm not here to judge anyone. Like, and I'm not going to vocalize that, even though I'm vocalizing now, and I'll explain why I'm vocalizing it now. But I saw that, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like whatever helps build awareness to this all is good, right? Like that's always a good thing. And and she was like a boots on the ground person, right? Like she was at like all the various standouts and Dedham and whatnot. And she's okay, cool. This person's in it for the right reasons. Right. And then in early January, Karen Reed at a hearing on January 7th, and she couldn't get in. And it was like, she like apparently yelled at the court officers, like made a big stink. And a lot of people felt like kind of uncomfortable by it. I didn't see it because I was across the street because I had the restraining order hearing with the fake victim that day. And I won. So I missed it. But a lot of people, like a lot of the boots on the ground people were kind of like uncomfortable with it. I don't know. That's just what they were saying. I don't get into that shit. I don't really care. Okay. But I will say this, like, I don't like the lack of respect for the court officers. Like, I don't like the court officers are not our enemies. Like, they're not corrupt. They're the white shirt guys, dude. They literally, feel like I work with them. I've seen them so often. Like, they're nothing but respectful in my take with them. It's their job to put people in handcuffs when they are detained. They follow the judge's orders. They kick people out of the court. They whatever, you know, it is what it is. Okay. And then you notice that she was in like court every day, and like something happened between January and the trial. And I don't know the whole story. I didn't talk to 𝗵𝗃 about this. Somebody just told me, I could be wrong. This is just what I was told, that 𝗵𝗃 won that dinner to like have dinner with Karen. Remember there was like a not a raffle, a giveaway, and he won that. And apparently he got a +1 for that. And he took her. And I don't know. I'm told that she kind of like invited herself, like, can take me. I don't really know. I could be wrong. Only 𝗵𝗃 could tell you the whole story. You'd have to ask him. I don't speak for him. Okay. And apparently, like, that was the in with Karen. Now you have access to Karen. And because she lives in Boston, she was like useful. Like, she gave rides to the interns every day to court. Like Evan Woke, I believe she gave a ride to court every day. And obviously that's useful to Karen Reed because Evan was a very, very, very important part of the defense team. He was the Craig Bates of this, and he worked for free. Like, what a fucking deal that was, you know? So I don't know if he just said in a car, you know, he's in law school. He probably don't, you know what I mean? Like, he needs to get to court somehow, period. And so, sure, if you're going to help out, that works. And that's great. I'm all for that, you know? But I was a little uncomfortable with just some of the stuff, and I never said anything because it's not a big deal, you know, until now. It's just not a big deal. That it was just very like, look at me behavior every day, kind of doing this to the crowd. Like, it's like, you know, and kind of speaking for Karen a lot, I noticed. And then things got weird when she made the TikTok. She changed her TikTok name to Estey Reed and was like making comments about how she's saying that Nate Reed said that she's like the sister that she never had, the blonde sister. And I'm like, whoa. And then kind of just bringing Karen's parents in every day, like a caretaker. The whole thing made me slightly uncomfortable. Okay. But again, I don't really care. Okay. And I never would bring this up, and I never would say anything, but I'm saying something now because something else has happened. Okay. So apparently, you know, when you put yourself out there like that, and you're like very attention, like, look at me, 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 look at me dancing, look at me, like posting it. Like, she sent me the tick, tick, boom video. Look at me. Here I am. Like, when you do that, you're going to attract attention because you want attention. Right. I mean, and that's fine, but like, not all attention is going to be good attention. You know what I mean? Like, if you put yourself out there, you, as somebody who seeks attention a lot, when you put yourself out there, you are going to get negative feedback sometimes. And you might have parody accounts made about you sometimes, right? You're definitely going to have the trolls come at you. Like, that's going to be a big thing. And there was some troll account named John Barron, I think it goes by, on Twitter. I don't really know. I can't keep track of the troll accounts. And she kind of accused me of being behind that account one time. And then she accused Meredith of being behind the account. And I'm like, no, I don't run that account. I don't run fucking troll accounts. I'm like, because the account was, you know, attacking her. But I looked at the account, and the account attacks like fucking everyone. It's like, you're not you signed up, you wanted attention, and now a troll account is giving it to you. Like, congrats, you've made it. You know, like that's how it comes. And so, but she was like asking a lot of people, like, is Aidan behind this? Is Meredith behind this? I think they're behind this. And I'm like, I didn't appreciate that, but whatever. I don't really give a shit. Okay. And I ignore it and I move on. It's not worth it because I have much bigger fish to fry, you know, than fucking John Barron troll accounts. Like, it's just fucking stupid. All right. It could be Joe Warren, you know, it could be any of these fucking people. I don't fucking know who any of these people are. So anyway, when you put yourself out like I said, you're gonna get a lot of attention. You might even get a parody account, and that's how you know you really made it in this world. When you have your own parody account made about you. And Estey, apparently there is an Esther parody account. It's called Esther something. And, you know, I unfollowed it today because I didn't want anything. I'm like, I am all set with this. Like, I don't like drama and shit. So I followed it because I follow shit. Like, I follow thousands of accounts and I follow it and I thought it was funny. Hold on. I got to be right back. Hold on. Got to take care of something. All right, we're back. Sorry. She's 10 years old, but she still likes to say goodnight. All right. Anyway, back to this. Okay. So anyway, yeah, this account has been made, this like fake Esther. And, you know, I go to it and I don't know. I follow all the parody accounts, you know, even friend, enemy, whatever. And it's like, I go to it and it's not even like that bad. Like, it's just literally a compilation of her own videos. Like, let's see this one.
Tell me, Estey, how loud was the roar from the crowd?
Yeah, we all heard it. We all heard it. It was, yeah, it was intense. It just, that roar went through all of us. And then that's when my whole body just had an out of experience of emotions. I honestly didn't know what to do. And I, at one point, collapsed to the ground. And all of a sudden I see a camera. This is inside the courthouse where you're not supposed to film or take pictures. I collapsed to the ground inside there and started. It was bad. I hope I never see that film. I don't know who has it, but they had one of those huge cameras, and all of a sudden I look up from my convulsing, and it's in my face, and I go, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, put this on Karen, not me.
Yeah, and then they were like, you gotta go, everybody, out. And we were just like, huh. And we gather our things, and it was just like marching orders, out, go. And then that's when you see us on camera, like Andrea comes out, Mimi comes out, Nick Rocco comes out, I come out.
Yeah, so it's just a lot. Like all this account does apparently is just post like her, like there she is in court. Just post her, okay? And you know, like here's.
I think it's all like theater and like
Do you
a
think
show.
she was shaking for any particular reason? Was it mad?
She needed a drink.
Yeah.
Happy birthday
Dear
She needed a fucking drink. Oh my God, that's a good microphone. Yeah, I think, and I think she was just like caught off guard. I think he pulled some like weird shit, like, and she was like not ready for it, and she would like to be prepared for it.
Lied.
Yeah, she would have liked to be prepared for something that outlandish. So it's like, that's annoying. I don't think there was like a big thing.
Again, to me, it's like when there's like a panel, I just like hearing from people who have something to say. Call me crazy, I'm like that. But then, like on the New Year's Eve one, I didn't even remember this. It was just, I don't know. Like the whole thing is just like, I'm best friends with Karen. Like, look at me, look at me, look at me. Again, whatever. So this account is clearly like, it's a parody account. It is clearly mocking her. But like this, you know, this whole, the collapse thing, you guys might have seen this, the collapse on the way out. Like,
never experienced anything quite like this.
look at me, look at me. Oh, my heart,
real.
my heart.
No, people aren't faking it. They're not forcing it.
It's like, what? Okay. So anyway, I didn't say a fucking word, and I wasn't planning on saying a word till tonight. Okay. Because it just got out of control tonight. So this account is a fucking parody account. I don't give a fuck who's running it. I don't know who's running this guy again. I don't give a fuck. It's a fucking parody account. It could be one of hundreds of people running this fucking account, because when you put yourself out there like that and you're constantly looking for attention, you're going to get it. And it's not always going to be positive attention. Okay. So whatever. I followed the account and then I unfollowed it today because I got a contact from my attorney. Mark Betterow calls me, and he's like, I just got an email from Estey. And I'm like, what? About what? And he's like, that, you know, she's accusing you of, or she's accusing Meredith, Jen Altman, Deanna, Erica Walsh, and Lauren Murray of being behind this account. I'm like, what? I'm like, I would know if Meredith runs the, like, I would know if any, like, I don't know, like, what? And, but it goes on to say, she also said in the email that, you know, I know that Aidan really can't afford any more negative attention, but I can't have any more of this harassment and bullying. What does that mean? I know that Aidan can't afford any more negative attention, but I can't have any more of this harassment and bullying. I know Aidan can't really have any more of this negative attention. To me, that sounds like a fucking threat. Like, I know Aidan can't have any more attention, so you better tell him to get whoever's doing this account to stop. That's how I take that. I mean, why is my lawyer, Mark Betterow, who, like, by the way, I'm facing 105 years in jail, and my lawyer is being contacted by Estey Reed or whoever and told that, like, about a fucking parody account. This is what we're having our fucking time wasted on. And then she goes on to say, I'm at my wit's end and I will hire legal counsel and file charges. She doesn't say against who. They keep pushing me and I'm afraid the pushing will make me stoop to their level. So this is clearly a threat that, like, I'm going to have, I will hire legal counsel and file charges. This to me shows that she didn't watch the fucking court at the actual trial, because if she did, she would know that Alan Jackson cross-examined Kelly Deaver and said, attorneys don't file charges against people, the cops do. Like, what? And so to me, I mean, file charges on who? For what? Like, clearly, and why are you, if you think Meredith or Jen Altman or whoever is behind this account, why is she contacting my lawyer? Like, why is my lawyer being bothered with this right now and kind of threatened? Kind of like, I know Aidan really can't afford any more negative attention. So implying that if this situation isn't fixed, if this parody account doesn't disappear, then Aidan's going to have negative attention. What kind of negative attention? What? Like, I'm on bail. Like, she knows I'm on bail. Like, what the fuck? And then it says, I'm at my wit's end and I will hire, what kind of negative attention? apparently legal counsel and filed charges. Charges on who? On me? Because I'm the one that can't have any negative attention, right? I mean, this is insane. The type of shit that I'm dealing with, like real life problems, like 105 years in jail, like all this shit. And I got to worry about like a fucking parody account. Get over it. It's a you should be honored to have a fucking parody account. Congratulations. You got what you wanted. You're famous, I guess, in a way. It's like, it is. And no, it's not Karen's best friend. Karen's not returning her phone calls. That's why she's like losing her mind. And she's messaging multiple people and complaining about it and saying she's not returning my phone calls. Like, kind of like implying like, what should I do about, like, what am I? And again, it's just giving me Natalie vibes. It's giving me big time Natalie vibes, because Natalie was the same way. Like, Karen, be my best friend. Like, this case brings out weirdos. Like, be my best friend. We're best friends, right? And then when you're not her best friend, what did Natalie do when she wasn't best friends? I'm not saying that she can't do that now because there's no more charges, you know. But it's like that whole threat of like, I might go rogue and do something. Dear Mr. Better, you better fix this or I'm going to fucking be a wild card, right? Aidan can't afford any negative attention. They keep pushing me and I'm afraid the pushing will make me stoop to their level. What does stoop to their level mean? What the fuck does that mean? It's like, sounds like a threat to be a Natalie. And it's like, fuck that shit. I'm not going to be, and that's why I'm like, I don't like doing drama shit, but I'm not going to be threatened. You're not going to threaten me. Okay. You're not going to contact my lawyer and demand that I get a parody account taken down that I have no fucking control over, that I don't know who runs, that I don't fucking care who runs. And yeah, I did follow that account. You know why I followed that fucking account? Because it's funny. That's a funny account. Whoever is running that account is fucking funny. Because that shit's hilarious. Like, this shit is, I didn't even know half this shit was happening. Calling the interns her ducklings. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that? You know? Enough. And I was not planning on saying anything, man. I really wasn't. Oh, like this one. I'd love to share more, but it's just too precious. The relationship that I grew with the Reed family, is the best gift that I received throughout this journey. And dude, this is a fucking murder trial, not like, let's make friends. What the fuck? The relationship that I grew with the Reed family is the best gift that I received throughout this journey. And I will take it and cherish it and be forever grateful for having received it. I'd love to share more, but it's just too precious, raw and sacred to me. Oh, see, I'm in the in crowd. You want to know about the things that Bill Reed and Nathan Reed told me, but I can't tell you because they're too precious. I'm close to them. You're not. You're just somebody who follows the trial. You're not actually friends with Karen. I'm so fucking close. But Nathan summed it up best when he said that I'm his blonde sister. And his parents gained another daughter. Bro, that's some fucking swim van shit. Like, I'm your daughter now? Shit, I'm your sister now? What the fuck? Dude, fuck. Again, I saw this stuff when it was happening. I kept my fucking mouth shut. I didn't say a goddamn fucking word about this. Nothing. I didn't come on my show and make it into content and do this and do that. Even though I'm thinking these things, I'm not actually saying it. Okay. But then it goes too far when you contact my fucking lawyer and you start making veiled threats, because that's what that is. Don't tell me that's not a fucking threat. There's absolutely 0.0 reasons for her or anyone to ever contact Mark Bettero about a fucking parody account. No, there's none. There's fucking none. It's a waste of his time. Okay. It is complete bullshit. Like, it's fucking child. And so now I have to say something so she'll fucking stop. She's got to fucking stop. And the account is fucking hilarious. And I'm going to refollow it. I'm going to follow it again. I'm going to follow it right now because I could enjoy a good laugh. That's all. I think the account's funny. I think @Estey is a funny account, and I'm following that shit. So there, boom, done. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, next up. Next turtle chat says, yeah, why not Bradle? Well, because one is involved in the online world and one isn't. It's like, so that's why, you know? All right. Like Tim Bradle wouldn't even know who the fuck she is. Like if I was like, if he got an email from Estey, he'd be like, what's an Estey? I don't know what that is. Next up, Ryan sends $10, goes, Aidan, who's on your Mount Rushmore of AFKR trolls on X? DePietro, Kofendoofer. Oh, jeez, bro. I don't know. That's a tough one. You know what? I'm not going to say any of them because that just gives them power. Like these people are such losers that like they take like joy in being named by me at all. You know, they're fucking nobodies. They're losers. They're all losers. They all suck. They're all idiots. Blah, 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 blah. You know, like Plevin would be honored right now if I said his name on here. But Plevin's a fucking nobody. So we're not even going there, you know? Yeah, why not just contact you? That was my big thing, bro. Like just if you have an issue with the parody account, I mean, contact me and I'll tell you. Like if I thought that was her, I'd be like, okay, can you chill? I don't need any of this shit. You know? But first of all, this isn't like the 1950s. Like I don't control this idea that like the man controls the woman. Like that's not how it goes. You know, I don't fucking know. I don't care. I feel like I would know. Like that's one of those things I would know. Like she probably would have told me. So it is what it is. All right, next up. Lori sends $10, goes, hey Doc, so happy you're on. I really look forward to your shows. I have a little sports trivia for you. What does Mark Daigneault, I don't know how to pronounce that, head coach of the NBA champs Oklahoma City Thunder, and Noah Gray, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, have in common? I know Noah Gray is from Leominster. I don't know about Mark Daigneault, but the answer is they're both from Leominster. I did not know that. So there you go. I learned something new every day. I was in Leominster today. I'm in there a lot. Go Blue Devils. Next up. Maga Barbie sends $25, goes, that's a good color on you, Doc. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I was worried it wouldn't work with the blue screen or the green screen, but I have a blue screen right now. It did work. So there's that. Next up. It compliments my eyes. I have to give myself that. It does compliment my eyes. All right. James sends $5, goes, Dr. Aidan, have you seen this douche Maureen Callahan with a blog show called The Nerve? She says we are morons and go look at, oh, I've never heard of her before. Oh, no. Oh, no. I certainly haven't done any expletive-filled rants about her being a no-neck hoe. Nothing like that. So, yeah, I've never heard of her. Next up. Kells sends $25, goes, hey, Turtleboy, fellow Worcester girl here. So happy these lives are still going strong. I love being here. Every night I grab my MacBook and tell my husband I'm going to bed with Turtleboy. Nice. Nice. I'm going to bed with your wife. It's fucking, let's go. Wishing you loads of luck with your charges. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Kels. Thanks. It's so funny every time I meet all these, people out in public, women a lot older than me. Some of these ladies, they come up to me and they're like, oh, I go to bed with you every night. It cracks me up every time. It's funny. All right. Next up. Okay. Sam is down, sends $25 and says, would you want to do a TikTok live interview with me? We need to bring more exposure to your case. And I've been getting so many views, engagement on my Karen Read skits and content. Figured I'd shoot my shot. You send me an email, Sam is down. We'll see. I've never done the TikTok thing, but we'll see. We'll see. I might. We'll see. Thank you. My schedule's pretty big, but I'm trying to get into the TikTok world. I did a TikTok the other day. I got like 7. How many? I had 5,000 followers going into it. And now I'm up to 13,000 because I did one TikTok. So there's that. Maybe I should TikTok more. Okay, cool. All right, next up. The Turtle sends $15, goes, good evening, Unc. With all you've covered and done for this case, I hope you're the first person to interview Karen. That would be, I'm not going to be. So aside from the major news networks, they said, okay, that would be a great way to silence any critics. Will the Patriots have a top 5 defense this year? Thanks for being a G. You know, the defense kind of regressed a little bit last year after a pretty good year before that. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. As far as the interview, you know what? That would be cool, but I don't really give a shit at this point. You know, it would be awesome to have her on here, but I think it's pretty clear at this point that, you know, she's going to do what she's going to do. She has every right to do that. This is America. She don't owe me anything. So she's you know, I'd love to have her on. That would be very cool, but I'm also not going to like get my hopes up or get disappointed. So I don't beg, you know what I mean? I don't do that. I don't do begging. So, and I'm not, you know, if she don't want to come on, she don't want to come on, period. So there's that. Next up. L sends $5, goes, you are awesome. I want to be the turtle girl for Brian Kohberger's case in Idaho. I have my subs asking for your input on that case if you are willing. How can one contact you? Thanks for doing what was right and standing for truth. Okay, I'm at 𝗕𝗏 on YouTube. You know, L, I am going to cover the Kohberger case. I am going to go into it just like Lawyer, you know, and Emily Baker did with the Kearney case, in that I am not going to do any research whatsoever. I'm just going to go and I'm going to watch the trial, period. So, and I will base my opinion and evaluation of Brian Kohberger based entirely on that. I do think that based on what I do know, I think that if I were a betting man, I think the outcome is going to be very different in the Brian Kohberger case. I would bet that this is going to end in a conviction. Because I did see the headline that he's like going for the third party thing and then it got denied. But I saw that all of the third party people that he accused, right, were gave DNA samples, all of them. Brian Albert didn't give a DNA sample. You know, that seems to be the difference in this, is like the third parties in the Brian Kohberger case, the alleged third parties, all went out of their way to prove their innocence. And that does not appear to be happening in the Kearney case. It didn't happen in the Kearney case. So I don't know the story of Brian Kohberger, but I'm looking forward to watching it in live real time. And just, that'll be my first non-Karen Reed trial. You know, I wanted to do the Robert Tellis case last year because I fucking love that case. I don't like anybody dying, but he's like my favorite murder defendant of all time because he's he is the definition of a narcissist, like the biggest one ever. And he gave he was allowed to do like a 2-hour soliloquy. It was just wild. And just the prosecutor in that case was the best. I love that prosecutor. It was so different from like Lally and whatever. So, yeah, I am going to be covering the Kohberger case. We'll see what happens. Yeah, he is a lunatic, but like it was comedic. Like it was the funniest defense I've ever seen. Like, it's like, bro, is this guy serious right now? That story, like the shit they found in his house, the straw hat, everything's like, oh, that was all part of the conspiracy with the real estate company. And like, what? Fuck. And the way that the prosecutor in that case asking him questions was hilarious. Like, so you just got to watch it. And I was on vacation during that trial last year, so I didn't get to like stream it, but it was so funny. So, but Kohberger is going to be my first real non-Karen Reed true crime case that we're going to get into. So we'll see. All right, next up. Let's see. Kevin sends $10, goes, I just ran into the jury foreman at a New England Revolution game. I said, hi and nice job. I got the vibe real quick. He didn't want to talk. And I said, enjoy the game. Does he? How about that? You know, I mean, he's put his face out there. I'm surprised no one said his name. You know, you put your face out there, someone's going to recognize you, you know, but he's hired this. It's weird. He hired this company called Regan Communications, and the trolls are all like, Oh, they're just fucked. The trolls are out of control recently. Like they've lost their minds. They were always crazy, but they're not handling the L very well. And they're saying that like, oh, this is what a conspiracy this is, that he's hired a communication company, a PR company. Yeah, dude. Because he doesn't want his identity out there. Like he's having somebody control and probably saying, you can't say his name. You can't do this. Like he's covering for himself. He wants to talk, but he doesn't want to like cover him for himself. So, but you can't even say like Reagan Communications apparently is owned by a guy. Like it is a McAlbert friendly company. That's what I'm told. And like, for instance, Vanessa Rizzetano works there, the attention seeking chick that was like on TV talking about justice for Johnny and all that stuff. She works for them. So yeah, is what it is. Why wouldn't you hire a PR company? Like you're worried about, it's kind of a crazy case. Like people are out there. And by the way, other jurors have said that they're not coming forward because of the way Paula has been treated and because of the way the foreman has been treated. I mean, Krusty Panties called the dude an Uncle Tom. Never let her forget that. I heard she's back on Twitter now, but she's a racist. She said the most racist shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. She called the dude an Uncle Tom. There's no coming back for that. Anyone who associates with that, if Sandpaper Films, and I'm going to write them an email and ask them, like, are you guys interviewing this Kate Peter woman? Because if you do, just understand, we're going to boycott. We're going to protest you because she is a racist. We don't like this. You might have missed the memo. Racism ain't acceptable anymore. You can't be calling black people Uncle Toms because you don't like what they're doing. You can't do you can't do that anymore. I don't know. Like it's fucking unhinged. You can't fucking do that. So if she wants to do that, go ahead. If any legitimate company like Sandpaper wants to associate with her, just understand we are going to make fucking noise. We are going to flood you with 1-star reviews. We're going to fucking let you know that racism is unacceptable. Period. You want to fucking associate with a racist? You can fucking lie with them too. So I hope Sandpaper distances themselves from her and comes out and makes a statement saying that we disavow this. So that would be good. All right, next up. Leslie sends $100. Thanks, Les. And she says, never guessed I would have so many questions after Karen's trial. Not enough time in the day to watch all the interviews. Free Turtleboy. I think about the heavyweight you must carry daily. Everyone support Turtleboy. Well, thank you very much. It is a heavyweight, but bottom line is I got to keep fighting. I don't know if they're going to ever let up on me. We'll see. I have great attorneys on my side and I just need to focus, man. I don't have time for parody accounts and shit. Don't waste my lawyer's time with that shit. So thank you very, very much. Next up. Torque Auditor sends $10, goes, you're doing God's work. Thanks. Can we talk about John's socks? Did they have dog hair? Michael Carr is the best troll alive. Free my buddy Bao. And he's not the best troll alive. He like his troll of the Karen Reed supporters was the fucking gayest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like it was like not cool. Like it wasn't funny. It didn't make any sense. Like he tried to turn into a race thing. And like he's a like I agree with what he stands for on several things, like free speech, First Amendment, blah, 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 blah. And here is you want to troll someone, troll the police that are enforcing this unconstitutional buffer zone that's killing the First Amendment. But he doesn't do that because, it's easier to just go after people like Dennis Sweeney and Erica Walsh, who are out there supporting Karen Reed and mock and try to turn them into a white supremacist group. He tried doing that. Like he said, free Karen Reed because she's white or something like that. And he like tried to get people to agree with him. So he could be like, you guys are racist. And no one did. So it just failed miserably. So it's like, he's not even good at it, The Albert Family Rock sends $20, goes, speaking of the little man, does Bao still have charges or did that get dropped? It's a good question. I don't know. I know he was represented by Larry Foreman and Tim Bradle at one time. I don't know. He was going after all the YouTube attorneys. So I don't know what's happening with that with Bao, but there's that. A couple more here. Let's see. funny. My sister, my sister-in-law sends me a picture of Tara Kerrigan today with the picture of John. And it was the first time she'd ever seen it. And it was like, what? They were the boyfriend from 20 years ago. And I was like, oh, she's crazy, you know? So my daughter saw me reading the text and then she's like, what's that about? And I'm like, oh, it's just the Karen Reed case. You're bored with that. She's like, you talk about Karen Reed case too much. I don't care about it. She always says that. Too much Karen Reed. And so I'm like, okay. But she wanted to know about who Tara Kerrigan was. So I'm like explaining it to her. And I'm like, okay, so John O'Keefe was Karen's boyfriend, and he's the one who died. And they said that Karen did it, but she didn't really do it. Other people did it. Okay. And then Tara is John's ex-girlfriend from like before Karen. And she's like, how long before? And I'm like, 20 years. She's like, 20 years. I'm like, yeah, 20 years. That's her ex-boyfriend from 20 years ago. And she says, so why does she care? Like if it was from 20 years ago. And I'm like, exactly. Exactly. Because she's in love with him. I'm like, she's like in love. Like she's like really loves him. So I don't know what's happening. Like I'm trying to explain this to a 10-year-old. And I'm like, she was broken up with John since before you were born, like way before you were born. And she still goes to all like 20 years ago. They dated. Like, it's just crazy. Crazy. So there's that. Okay. So thank you for that one. Let's see. All About Free Speech sends $10 goes, hey, Turtle, can you let us know how much money has been raised for your legal defense fund? I'm hoping that will inspire people to donate more. Free Turtleboy. So last I checked, it was like 186,000, which is, believe it or not, not like I've paid way more than 186,000. The original bill was under 186,000, but then I took a very expensive trip to Medfield. Like that cost me a lot more because that was not in the plan. And there was a lot of work that came as a result of that. That was like the most expensive, horrible decision in my life. And then, you know, since then I've had to hire PIs. I brought 𝗏𝗏𝗏 on. And so the bill is very high. You don't want to know what I've spent on legal fees. So thank you for that. You know, okay, next up. Morris Beaver McNulty sends, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Morris Beaver McNulty sends $1,000 and says, matching microdots Dono, fuck off Beverly. So thank you. Thank you. It's so generous of you. You guys are amazing. I can't believe anybody would ever give me that. That's amazing. So thank you very much for that, Morris Beaver McNulty. I'm so inspired when people do that. It's like, wow, you guys really believe in my cause. That's fucking awesome because I believe in it too. And I'm so lucky to have people like you guys out there who have my back because I couldn't do this alone. I'm not a single voice. You know what I mean? I'm not a single voice. I'm a whole bunch of voices and I'm all you fine people. So thank you very, very much. Next up, Vicky sends $10, goes, grassroots, the common or ordinary people, especially as contrasted with the leadership or elite of a political party, social organization, the rank and file. Well, thank you for Googling that, Vicky. Appreciate that. Liver King sends $5 and goes, Turtle is the Liver King. Since Joe Rogan wasn't primal enough as a cunt and wouldn't fight me like a man after I kindly stalked him all the way to Austin, Texas, I'm coming to Worcester and I challenge you to a fight in a testicle tickling contest. Okay, thank you. Lindsay's from Chelmsford sends $25, says, can we bring back the decorated dude hotline? Please say happy sweet 16 to my daughter, Lainey. Happy birthday, Lainey. Hope you had a good one. And no, the decorated dude hotline was my call in. It was a disaster. Like it just didn't go very well, you know? And I'd also like to thank Tom CPU and Mike, who did a fundraiser for me, as well as DJ from Calling All Beings, who also did a fundraiser. I'm sorry, DJ. I couldn't make it on, man. I had family commitments. I was at the lake. I didn't have time. But, you know, I really appreciate that. All these fine people out there. Mike from Young Jerks has done it. Will's done it. BLT's done it. so many people have fundraised for me, and I really, really, really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Okay. Next up, Crystal sends $25 and just says free Turtleboy. Thank you very much, Crystal. I appreciate that. Crustaceous Pantaloons sends $15, says maybe this is controversial, but people who try and push Sandra Birchmore and Enrique are annoying. And, you know, I don't find it that way at all. You're entitled to your opinion. I read the turtle chats as they come in. You know, people ask me, it's like, what are you going to do next? You know, what about the Enrique case? What about the Sandra Birchmore case? And honestly, it's like with the Sandra Birchmore case, I'm like, what am I going to do with that? Not much, because the work's already been done by people like Mizzy and Kirk Minahan and, you know, those who have been, I didn't do much for Sandra Birchmore at all. Other people did shit, and the FBI, you know? And so I was happy to, I think it's great. I support them 1,000%. But reality is that the work has been done with Sandra Birchmore, and the bad guy's been arrested. And at this point, it's just a matter of if he's going to get life in prison or the death penalty. That's it. And so, like, you know, he's not going to take it to trial. He can't. Nobody ever takes it to trial with the feds. It's very rare. So he's going to plea, and that's going to be the end of the Sandra Birchmore case. The key is the Fannings of the world. Like, that's my issue. And the Guarinos of the world who covered up Sandra Birchmore's suicide. They made it seem like a suicide, right? They covered for Matthew Farrell for years. And it's like, I don't know what to do about that. Besides, we've already talked about it. Till I guess that's what we need to ramp up. I guess that's what the Sandra Birchmore thing should be more about. Like, I see a lot of signs like justice for Sandra Birchmore, and somebody the other day had a thing about like, you're next, Robert Devine. Robert Devine was one of the guys who had sex with her and groomed her at the Stoughton Police Department. But it's like the signs should be about Fanning and Nicholas Guarino, because they're the ones who covered up his murder. And again, this is why I'm kind of like, because I'm on bail for the fake witness intimidation. Like, if it was me any other time, I would be outside of John Fanning's house with the sign saying John Fanning covered up the murder of Sandra Birchmore. Because he did. Let's be very clear. Because he did. Any other time I would be doing that. That Nicholas Guarino covered up the murder of Sandra Birchmore. Like, that's my forte, is showing up and making you uncomfortable. Going to your kids' soccer games. Because I have a fucking right to go to your kids' fucking soccer games and make you a little bit uncomfortable. Because, you know, you covered up the fucking murder of a 23-year-old pregnant woman who was raped and groomed, and then you guys made it sound like a fucking suicide, right? So fuck your kids' soccer games. Like, that's what I think. Like, fuck Jennifer McCabe's kids' lacrosse games. That's what I think of that. Like, oh, no, not her lacrosse game. She murdered someone. She Googled how she participated in a fucking murder cover-up. So fuck her kids' lacrosse games. That's my policy on that. I don't give a fuck if you think that's controversial. If you're not outraged that Jennifer McCabe helped murder, if you're even giving a fuck about Jennifer McCabe's kids lacrosse games after what she fucking did, you're missing the big point here. So fuck it. These people should be uncomfortable. Matthew Farwell was arrested in front of his 7-year-old kid. That doesn't seem to bother anyone, right? Because he murdered someone. He's a murderer. So it's unfortunate that his 7-year-old kid had to fucking be there for that. But it is what it fucking is. It's his fault. He did it. He did the murder, right? Jennifer McCabe did the murder. So it's unfortunate that her kid's lacrosse game had to be brought into it, but it is what it is, right? And if somebody goes to John Fanning's kid's fucking soccer game and does the same thing to him, right? That's unfortunate for his kids, but it fucking is what it is. You know what I mean? So that's what I think about that. But I can't do that anymore. That's the old Turtleboy. Now I'm kind of like neutered Turtleboy. Turtleboy on bail. Turtleboy on bail is a very different person from old Turtleboy, because Turtleboy on bail doesn't want to go to jail. And I can have my bail revoked for any bullshit. I got charged with window intimidation. I talked to a fucking window. No one was even in the fucking window. I did an act. I did a comedy bit into a goddamn window, and now I'm facing 20 years in jail for that. Are you kidding me? This is what these monsters do to me. So I can't, people always ask me, what are you going to do about Sandra Bertrand? Nothing. I can't do fucking anything. If I do anything, I'm going to get arrested. So what the fuck am I going to do? I can't do anything. I think you guys should do something, Mo. You know, you should. I ain't the only one that can go to soccer games. That's what I'm saying. So it is what it is. As for Enrique Delgado Garcia, there are reports of a grand jury going on into that. I have no idea what they're looking into. But like I said, they can indict a ham sandwich. So if they can find any sort of evidence that Enrique Delgado Garcia was murdered, then that's a good start, right? They're going to get him, but we don't know. We don't know, you know, if nothing comes from that. Again, I've heard reports from paramedics, Worcester paramedics, because they're the people that dealt with him, that he had an aneurysm, brain aneurysm. Just a bad, you know, unfortunate situation. But again, I don't know. I don't fucking know. So I'm willing to let the process work itself out with Enrique Delgado Garcia. I have a hard time believing that he was murdered at the State Police Academy in front of all these recruits and nobody is saying a fucking thing. Like nobody, because it's not family. The McAlberts have made sense because they're family and it's behind closed doors. The state police, they ain't family, you know, like all these trainees witnessed a murder and no one's saying anything. Come on. All right, next up. See, this is why I like the Dono reads on my show are like content provoking donos. Like, it's not like where you come on here and you just lick my balls for a minute and tell me how awesome I am. And then we go on to the next thing. It's like, or you ask stupid questions. Like the people who send lawyer, you know, donos are the worst people on earth. Like they're the dumbest fucking people on earth. Like 95% of the donos he gets, I'm like, dude, I can't believe he interrupted his show to read that question. Okay. Next up. This is from Sandra, sends $20 and goes, I get that you chose Karen's case to follow and she didn't choose you, but she does. And again, this is just your opinion, but she does owe you a giant public thank you for raising $1.1 million for her defense. I'm somewhat offended that she hasn't. I am not doing this for any thank yous. Okay. I never was doing this for any thank yous. So, I'm not expecting a thank you. I'm not asking for a thank you. I'm not disappointed by any thank yous. You're entitled to your opinion and I get it. So I'm not like trying to crap on you at all, Sandra. So, and I appreciate the sentiment because it's a sentiment of support. But you know, it is what it is. You know, you're allowed to feel that way. You're entitled to your feelings. But you know, it is what it is. 𝗚𝗏𝗄𝗆 sends $10 and goes, Karen could have been any of us, in that this could happen to anyone, but I can speak for myself. I'm not sure I would have the courage and strength to say no to a plea. I don't think she was ever offered a plea. In fairness, there's a lot of talk about what was Karen going to plea. I must have missed the Karen plea deal or offer. I don't think that was ever on the table. But again, you would like, think about yourself in that situation. If you were like facing life in prison and you were just like offered 5 years, like, would you take it? I might. Cause it's like, dude, I can't, even for a crime I didn't commit. It's like, I can't go to jail for the rest of my life. I can't do it, you know? And you know, I don't know. It's just until you're in that situation, you don't know what it's like. All right. Next up. So it says, that's why she's a hero to me. Same for you in your reporting and assertion of your First Amendment rights. It takes a certain kind of strong, sorry, so long. No, that's not even that long. Lastly. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, next up, Gemma Cabe's Crazy Eyes sends $10 goes, we know you're not owed anything, but it feels disloyal that no one from Karen's team has come on your show yet. It's not about money or success, but a show of good faith. Well, you know, again, whatever, you know, if they do, they do. You're entitled to your opinion. the show, I mean, I've been doing the show for an hour and a half now, just reading donos, and I feel like we're having pretty good entertainment, a pretty good time with or without evidence, with or without, you know, guests, interviews, whatever. But, you know, you're entitled to your opinion. All right, next up, Lindsay from Chelmsford sends $25, goes, can you bring back, I already read that one. Yeah, the decorated dude hotline. Oh yeah, it just didn't work. Yeah, it was just not it didn't work. It works on JFK show. Oh, and any word on the wedding? Thank you for asking that, actually. So this is a message I got today. You guys want to hear how fucked this up is? Let me find it. Somebody sent this earlier. Okay, I meant to tweet this out. Haven't yet. All right. So I got this message. It says, hi, I know someone at Caitlin Albert's wedding today. So Caitlin Albert got married to Tristan Morris today. You can just imagine what the white trash smelled like there. It was probably so bad. So the signature drinks at the wedding are, you want to hear, wait till you hear this, the two signature drinks. The first signature drink is called Karen Reed is Guilty. The other one is called Chloe with the portrait of their dog. This is a secondhand source reporting from the Caitlin Albert Tristan Morris wedding. Okay. That Karen Reed is Guilty is one of the signature drinks and Chloe is the other. She's trying to get me a picture to send. Stay classy, Canton. Instead of maybe putting it out there that today is a day to celebrate love, let's not talk about this mess. We don't want this special day overshadowed by the chaos of the trial. These trash bags embrace it. Classless. Wow. So, again, not confirmed. That is a report that we got. If that is true, that is tacky, but also on brand with who these people are. These are trashy people, like trash. Don't let the fact that they're, white suburban people fool that for you. Like these are like landowners, like they own land, they own property. They all get paid, a good amount of money. They can afford to live in Canton. They're white trash. That's what they are. Just fucking trash. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen them close up. They're trash. Okay. Donna sends $25, goes, Dr. Turtleboy, keep up the great work. The KRM never would have happened with you. The Kearney movement never would have happened without you. Well, thank you very much, Donna. I mean, I don't like to brag. I do like to brag sometimes, but I do think I had something to do with the FKR movement. Slightly. I might have something to do with it. I don't know. Next up, Lola sends $10, goes, Have you thought about going on Bill Burr's Monday morning podcast? You could submit some of your funny clips to them. I don't beg to go on podcasts. That's the thing. It's like I do invites. Ryan Grimm contacts me. He's got a pretty big audience. I'm going to go on his, period. But I don't send people things begging to go on. Like I know Rogan doesn't like it when people ask to come on his show. So I would never do that. But I'm told that he does. If other people recommend somebody, he does. So there's that. So obviously going on Rogan's show would be the biggest thing. And the other thing we're talking about doing is renting out a theater. So I'm in the Wilbur Theater is all about it. And because Kirk Minane's rented out that before, and I want to test, I want to do it out. And my original plan always was to have Karen Reed do a live interview with Karen Reed at one of these theaters. Like that would have been fuck. That's how I always imagined this going afterwards. Like that would have been so cool. That's what the people want. She's obviously going a different route, which is fine. That's her prerogative. But the show must go on either way. So as of right now, there's not going to be Turtleboy interviews Karen Reed at the Wilbur Theater or any other theater right now. But I'd still want to do a show. So I've talked to Auntie Deb about this because we should have the Turtleboy interview then. You know what I mean? And he's the best interviewer. He asks great questions. So I'm working on a format for this, and I talked to the Wilbur about it today, and they are all about it. They are all about it. It's a 1,200 person theater. I think we could sell that out in 5 seconds. And I think we could do like he's like talking about like if you had Karen Reed, you could do like 10 to 12 shows. There's no doubt about it. They would all sell out. Like it would all sell out. So, you know, it would be really cool. Like I'm sure plenty of you guys would love to go and do that, you know, especially now when this is still like in the, you know, the public eye. So anyway, next up. Jill sends $5 and goes, I love it when different sides come together. This movement has restored my faith in humanity. Hopefully our country can stop being so divided. It's about time we listen to those who don't agree with us. We might just learn something. I'm a liberal and I've learned so much from you. There's a lot of liberals who've gotten into Turtleboy, and that's great. It's like it's the ones that can't get over the fact that I voted for Donald Trump 3 times, you know, that the people that can't get over that are the worst ones. And we're going to talk about some of them in a little bit. The ones that are just like, oh, I don't care if he supports Kearney. He voted for Trump. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Well, I look past who you voted for, even though I disagree with it, because I'm all in this for the Karen Reed movement. You know what I mean? The John O'Keefe movement. And I don't even want to know, you know, I don't even want to know who you people voted for. I've never asked Karen Reed who she voted for. I don't care. I don't want to be disappointed. It's like, I don't want to know. And I think she's never talked about politics because she's smart too. Like Michael Jordan once said, you know, Republicans buy sneakers too. It's like, if you're smart, you don't piss people off in politics. You know, it's what you do. All right. Next up. Tara sends $10, goes, would you mind dropping your preferred email? My email is turtleboysports@gmail.com. And there is a creator from LA that would love to have you on her show. She's become a fan of yours and a supporter of FKR, is friendly with Billy Bush. Her name is Dana Bowling, and her show is called Daily Dose of Dana. If you're interested, I'll pass it along. Well, yeah, I'm always interested. So give her my email, turtleboysports@gmail.com. Thank you. Monica sends $10, goes, hi, Turtleboy. I think your supporters need to start concentrating on you and your upcoming case. I could imagine as a parent spending time in jail away from my kids. I couldn't imagine. These creeps are absolutely evil. Sending much love from Australia. Free Turtleboy, Mon, and Daz. Yeah, that's, you know, yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot on my plate. My chart, Karen Reed is free, but for me, the story is far from over. So thank you for that one. Courtney sends $50 and goes, I think my husband is jealous of our date nights becoming so frequent. It's okay. It's okay. He'll be all right. So I told him Jill Daniels once said, guess what? Shut the fuck up. Now he knows what's up. Yes. Yes, she did. You know, I'm sure Jill is watching right now too. This is like a date night, you know, for us, for Jill and I. But you know.
Shut the fuck up.
Whoa, we're getting a little off track.
Shut the fuck up.
I like it, you know. It's not a high bar.
Do you know how to shut up? Do you know how to shut up? Have you ever shut up in your life?
I feel like you've done most of the talking, in fairness. Okay, sorry. So, whoa, take it easy. Easy, pussycat. Name's Aidan. Aidan, you can call me Aidan. You can call me doctor.
No,
but...
I want to call you a dickhead because that's what you are.
Okay.
You are
what crime did I commit? What crime did I commit? Why do you guys all say that?
But you're calling yourself a turtle. A turtle. Do you know what that means? A turtle. Turtle boy, you fucking turtle. Go get a new name, okay? You fucking turtle juice. This one thing, because this is one thing I've always wanted to ask you. Where's your award? Your award-winning journalist. Where's that award?
No, that never gets old. I still can't believe she answered the phone multiple times that night. She kept answering. She called me back once. That was wild. Okay, cool. Estey is nuts sends $5, goes, I'm sure 𝗍𝗄𝗄𝗎 herself created that account. She's more than irrelevant now and needs to create the attention. I doubt that. I mean, that would be wild if she was the one behind the account. That's like even crazier because she sent an email to my lawyer. Like I doubt it. I doubt it. But I guess crazier things have happened. Okay, next up. Eileen sends $10, goes, I saw who Estey was in Boston too. She's an attention whore who used Karen in the trial to make herself relevant. Why was she in the courthouse every day when Kelly wasn't? Oh, that was the other thing that pissed me off. Is she took a seat from Kelly Reed. That's what really pissed me off. That was when I'm like, whoa. Like Kelly Reed was very upset about this when I spoke with her, and didn't want to talk about it, didn't want to badmouth anyone. And when I found out that like her seat was being taken by Estey, that she didn't, I was there once. The one day that I got lunch with the Reed team was a day like when Meredith was there and Estey was there, and like I never ate lunch with them during the breaks, but like this one day I did, and so I went back to where they get lunch or whatever, and in the office, and they go in a separate room because they're like discussing they're doing the trial. They're just constantly working. They work through lunch, all that stuff, and I remember being like, it was what the hell was the deal? That Estey's the driver, so she doesn't get to be in court every day unless like a seat opens up. And so like Nate Reed was going to be late coming back from lunch, and apparently Nate was supposed to like so Estey could sit in the courtroom for like an hour until Nate got back. And then Nate got back, and it's her turn to like get up and leave. Like I saw her be told to like get up, and like she was told you could sit there till Nate gets back. Right. And because usually she just sat in the hallway. She would be the ride driver. And if she wasn't allowed, if there was no more seats in the courtroom, she'd just sit in the hallway and just sit there all fucking day, hoping to get in the courtroom. And then one day she got in, and then Nate Reed was supposed to go in there and take her seat. So Nate Reed comes in, and she didn't get up. She didn't move for him. And so Meredith just got up and left. And so she left at like 3:00 that day. And because she wouldn't give up her seat for Nathan Reed. And I'm like, what? And, Kelly Reed couldn't be in there. That's when I was like, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? Because you watch, it's like, it's in one ear, out the other. It's like, I don't think she understands the fucking case. She doesn't understand the Kelly Deaver stuff. Like, telling lawyers to file charges. Like, bro. Anyway, back to this. Sarah sends $7. Goes, why was Hank hired? Why was an outside independent counsel needed? Dude, we still don't have an answer for that question, and I don't think we ever will. As an award-winning journalist, I would like to get in Hank's face at a Dunkin' Donuts and ask him that. But I'm on bail, so I'm like neutered, Turtleboy. I can't even do that. I hope somebody else does. I hope somebody else asks him, or asks Mike Morrissey this. Like, is Mike Morrissey even real? The only time I ever see him is when he's huffing and puffing at one of these parades. That's it. I never see. Dude, how do you not show up once to the Kearney retrial? You're the goddamn freaking, district attorney. How do you not show up? Like, that's crazy. But anyway, thank you, Sarah. Rich sends $10, goes, Estey is the new Sean on the Gulf. They're different in many ways, similar in some, in that they both kind of like use this whole thing to like build their own little brand, I guess. But Sean on the Gulf was funny at times. Like, he's a liar and he's completely full of shit. But Sean on the Gulf, I knew he was full of shit the whole time. I still found him entertaining. I still thought he was funny. My issue was when people took him too seriously. That's when it got out of control. When he's like, people were like believing him. Like, that was when I had to be like, okay, this is not real, guys. It's just entertainment. But it was funny. So in that way, he did provide like a service and some sort of entertainment. Whereas like, I didn't get anything out of it. It's just like, except look at me. Like, okay. Every day walking in. There was one video I saw that really made me uncomfortable. It was like, somebody probably has a clip of it. It was like she was walking in with Bill Reed, and Bill Reed stops to do an interview, and she's like walking up the stairs, and then she just stops on the stairs and stares at him and like stares at, because, oh, I'm on TV. I have to stop now. It's just the whole thing. I started noticing shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? All right. Next up, Jay sends $25, goes, your cunt rant your cunt rant made us laugh. We love your reporting from Montecito, California. Well, thank you very much, Jay. I'm glad you like cunt. Krista sends $25, goes, oh, fuck the nerve chick. Oh, yeah, I hate that chick. I saw that Maureen Callahan. She is a effing loser, and she got destroyed in the comments and the chat. That triggered me. I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, I'm back. Turtleboy, Mary, fuck, murder. Jen McCabe, Carrie, or Devers. Okay. Again, I talked about Devers before. I think she would be a really bad lay. Something about her just seems boring. But Carrie Roberts would probably be worse. Like absolutely worse. She would just be like, if you wanted to get real nasty with her, she'd be like, hold on, I got to check in with Jen first. Jen, what should I do? Should I play with his balls? Should I? What do I do with the shaft? What should I do, Jen? Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do, Jen. And she might do it. All three of them would be really bad lays, to be honest with you. Jen McCabe, Kerry, and Devers. By far the most attractive one is Devers, because she's 25 years younger than them. She's not bad looking. I had to give her that. She's not. She's got a lot of split ends. She got to do something about the hair. She needs some conditioner. But, she's just, she just doesn't seem like very fun. I thought I was going to play with your balls and let you give it to me in the face. But that was a false memory. So you can't do that anymore. What the fuck happened to you? Do the right thing. I'll tell you what the right thing is. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Next up. The Albert Family Rock sends $10, goes, do you know how often the Commonwealth uses special prosecutors in general? I think 𝗏𝗏 once mentioned it is a cottage industry in Mass, or maybe in Norfolk County. He didn't elaborate. I've never heard it besides my case and Karen Reed's case. That's it. I don't know. So thank you. All right, let me read some cash apps. Let's see. Fox Racer sends $5 and just says 4. Okay, thank you. Oh no, it says you're not rough around the edges. You're one of us. You're from here. You expose the townies. Keep keeping it real. We love you the way you are. Well, thank you, Fox Racer. Christy sends $5, goes, so you want us to lick your balls? Okay. What guy doesn't? Let's be honest here. Is that even a thing? That's what they're there for, right? Find a guy who doesn't like getting his balls licked. And, I don't gay, straight. I think that's the one thing that kind of unites us all, right? That's what they're there for, ladies. Okay, there we go. Next up, Priscilla sends $100 and just says for fun. Well, thank you, Priscilla. Again, I'm just reading the turtle chats. This isn't meant to be sex cult night. This is just regular turtle live show night. But you ask a question, I'm going to give you an answer. So thank you. Okay. Casey sends $5 and says, did Tristan show up on time today for the wedding? See, that's a good one. That's a good one. I wonder if it was a day or night. He doesn't know. He doesn't know anything about the time. Okay, next up. Jessica sends $10 and goes, for the fund, free Turtleboy. Thank you, Jessica. Ryan sends $5 and goes, forget the drama. The thought on the Celtics trades. I guess it had to be done. I love Porzingis and I love Drew Holiday, but they really didn't do much in the playoffs. They were kind of useless. So you got to do what you got to do. So I think the Celtics are kind of tanking next year. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I'm more excited about the Patriots, to be honest with you. Can't wait for the Pats. Scott sends $5 and goes, hey, Doc, when is the celebration bash? Good question. We need to schedule one. Jill sends $50 and says, I love you, cunt. Thank you. I love cunt too. Sean sends $20. Sean Colburn, my guy, Canton dude, says a thank you for everything you've done from a free Karen Reed OG. We got you. Well, thank you so much there. Appreciate that, Sean. Christina sends $10, goes, why didn't O'Keefe's check Karen Reed's car that morning? You're right. I guess they could have if they thought she was up to no good, right? I guess they could have. You know, I'll get more like, again, I said this the other day in my program and I'll say it again. And I don't care if you guys like it or not. I think the biggest mistake that Karen Reed made that day was not staying at One Meadows Ave. I really think she should have stayed. I think she would have a lot less problems if she stayed. I think Karen Reed is innocent. Karen Reed did nothing wrong. Karen Reed is a victim. All that, you know, but Karen Reed's also a person, and she's a flawed person like all people are. And her flaws, unfortunately, like her personal flaws, were her biggest issue in this whole thing, right? Like we saw it in the documentary clips, right? And that morning was an example of it, right? Like I get that she had just gone through trauma. She's gone through all that, but like, and I've not like, I'll be probably forever honest with you, like with the Carl Dougal, I fucking hate Carl. Okay. Let me point that out there. I fucking hate Carl the cuck. He's the biggest loser, and his wife is a disgusting pig. And I hate them both. Okay. So Carl has said before, and I think he said something on Twitter the other day, I was reading about it. His biggest beef was that she didn't stay that morning. Right. And that he texted her and like to make sure she was okay. Like, how are you doing? He did do that. He texted her and he was like, what, you know, hope everything's okay. Like, I'm so sorry for your loss. Cause she, you know, Carl was actual John's friend, like not like fucking John Jackson, who's got to put pictures from 20 years ago out there, like an actual friend who hung out with him on the regular. Okay. I'll give him that. I fucking hate Carl, but he was John's friend. No doubt about it. Right. And Carl, his beef is that he texted Karen that day to like express his sympathies and never heard back from her. Okay. And I agree that Karen's going through trauma, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. She should have fucking texted him back. If she texted Carl back, she would have a lot less fucking problems. I'm just saying right now. And that's because I would have texted him back. Right? Because I'm just built differently than Karen Reed. You know, I would have texted him back. And I think that's one of Karen's weaknesses is just personal relationships. It just fucking is. Now, she's innocent. I want to say this again. None of this means a fucking thing because she didn't hit John O'Keefe with her fucking car. And I shouldn't know anything. I should know nothing about Karen Reed, the person. I should know a fucking thing about her. I shouldn't know about her strengths. I shouldn't know about her weaknesses. I should know nothing about her because she never should have been arrested. Ever, point blank, period. And, you know, I see people saying she didn't have her phone. Fair. And I think she had to like 4, you know, but you're right. So there was, you know, she's probably getting a lot of text messages, whatever. And then you're right. That's a very good point. That is a very fair point because she had to get a new number and whatever. And I'm sure Carl wasn't on her list, but I would have texted Carl back the next day. I would have got a new phone and I would have texted him back and I would have been like, I didn't do this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I love John. Like, and I'm really struggling here. Thank you for the text. I would have done that. But that's me. Like, that's just that. I just have a different personality than her. It's all. Okay. And Carl's fucking retarded for caring at all. Like, not Karen, caring for like that. The fact that somehow entered into his evaluation of whether or not she ran John over with her car is retarded. Like, and the fact that Carl's a cop is fucking whatever. But she would have saved herself a lot of fucking problems if she just fucking texted him back. And you can't deny that. You can't fucking deny that. And maybe it's the shit that I'm seeing now where it's like, you know, I can't get an answer about why people aren't allowed on my program. There's no communication. Like just tell me. You know what I mean? Just tell me. It's fine. I totally get it. If just give me the reason why they can go on these programs, but not this one. Like that. That's all. Just tell. You know what I mean? And so I'm seeing it now, where I'm like, oh, it's like just there's a communication issue there. Like if she communicated with them better, okay, then she could have got them all on her side. And that was a big, and you're like, yeah, maybe she didn't like him. Totally. Okay. Totally. Again, none of this matters because she didn't hit him. But what I'm saying is that she could have saved herself all sorts of grief, I think, if she had more of John's friends and family on her side. Don't you agree with that? Don't you think that was one of the biggest hurdles to overcome in all of this, is that the O'Keeffes were with the Commonwealth and that John and fucking, that Brendan Kane and Carl Dougal are with the Commonwealth? That's a fucking problem. Like, that was something that had to be overcome, right? Because to the outsider who knew nothing about this case going into it, they're looking at it and they're like, well, John O'Keeffe's mom supports the Commonwealth. Carl Dougal, his buddy here, supports the Commonwealth. Why? Like it's PR, folks. It's PR. Like, having those people on your fucking side is important. I tried recruiting Paul to our side early on. He wasn't having it. He liked me. He told me he liked me, and he wasn't having it. Like, Jen, if she was half as skilled as Jen McCabe was at manipulating people and like personal skills, that's what Jen McCabe is good at, is personal skills, right? Getting people to like you. Somehow that miserable, skanky, murdering piece of shit has people who fucking defend her. Like, how? That's a talent. That's a fucking talent. It is. Period. Like, Peggy fucking O'Keefe likes Jen McCabe. Like, that's fucking crazy. But again, I shouldn't know anything about Karen Reed. I shouldn't know anything about the type of person she is or anything like that, because she didn't hit John with her car, and it's plain as fucking day about that. Period. End of discussions. Thank you. Need to be said, because it is a little bit weird. Like, with the free Karen Reed community, it's like you say anything slightly critical of Karen Reed, and it's like people get mad at you. Like, whoa, bro, chill. I'm not saying she's guilty. Like, she's fucking innocent, dude. Innocent as shit. But it's like, well, maybe if she could have done this differently. What? No, she did everything perfectly. What? Okay, I guess so. Like, when people talk about the clips, oh, she should have said that. You know, like, she was right. Here's what she really meant. Yeah, I know what she really meant, bro. But it's being used against her in court. It's a fucking problem. You know what I mean? The jury even asked, can we use the clips? Like, what? Like, that's a fucking problem. It's okay to criticize. It's okay to nitpick. Like, it is. Like, it is. Like, whatever. Anyway. Okay, next up. Katie sends $25 and goes, thank you. Keep fighting for our First Amendment. You're right. It is our First Amendment, Katie, and I appreciate that, and I'll do that. Andrea sends $25 and goes, free Turtleboy, justice for the doctor. Thank you for calling me Dr. Andrea. Kristen sends $10, goes, the O'Keeffes make Higgins, McCabe, and Alberts do lie detectors. I would make them do it. If I was Peggy O'Keefe, I'd be like, okay, cool. We can still be friends, but I'm going to need you to take this lie detector for me. And if they even hesitated, I would be like, okay, can't trust you people anymore. Oh, fuck no. Strap them up. Strap them up. Let's go. I know it's not admissible in court, but it's admissible in my opinion. You know, I've seen Homeland every time. They always make people take lie detectors who work there. Like, they're admissible in the CIA. I don't know. Good enough for me. Chad sends $5 and goes, I'm on a fixed income, but from the heart. Oh, thank you, Chad. Thank you very much. Every bit counts. Thank you, sir. Alan sends $50 and goes, in honor of Microdots. Well, thank you very much, Alan. Microdots is the man. Okay. Catherine sends $10, goes, shout out to my left titty Egan in Middleborough. Well, thank you very much. Laura sends $10 and goes, very sexy tonight. Who, me? Oh, thank you. You're too kind. It says, I love you. I'm not making this stuff up. This is what it says. Love you. I can't get enough of you. Jeez, please. Well, thank you very much, Laura. Very kind of you. Katrina sends $22.27. Ooh, I wonder what that can mean. It says, don't read. Okay. Thank you very much. Nicole sends, no, this is the other night. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Did I miss any on here? Turtle chats. Jerry sends $10 and says, free Turtleboy, a turtle rider from Alaska. Alaska turtle riders. Nice to see. I went there on my first honeymoon. So there we go. I loved Alaska. Kristen sends $5 and goes, idea. Do all Canton cover-ups focus on 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗺𝗃? I have no idea what that means, but thank you for the $5. Okay. If anyone else wants their messages read, feel free to click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me $1 @UncleTurtleBoy. Okay. It is already freaking midnight. And I wanted to, again, what's going on in the Kearney world? There's no new developments besides like kind of the trolls being morons and then the movie coming out. And I kind of hit on the movie earlier. And like it is what, so again, I don't have, was there any new, oh yeah, I got to talk about this. Fuck this. I published this today because I don't give a shit anymore. So let's talk about this thing, the DOJ letter. All right, so this is page 4 of a letter sent by first U.S. Assistant Attorney Mary Moraine to the Cameron Reed defense team and Hank Brennan on January 30th, 2025. Okay, this is in response to an inquiry from Hank Brennan in which he contacted the DOJ and he wanted all of their files about the federal investigation, which is just so pathetic on it. He wants to know what the feds know. And they're obviously not giving him shit because they're like, that's not how it works, motherfucker. But it's like he was like, wanted to know like what's going on with that. And this is the letter. This is page 4 of the letter that they sent him. Now, keep in mind, this is January 30th, 2025. So this is approximately 3 weeks before Ted Daniel announces on Twitter that the federal investigation has closed. Remember, Ted was the one who first reported this. And Ted's got great sources, okay? I will never doubt Ted, that he was told this by sources, okay? And then Spanky and Helena Rafferty both put out statements shortly thereafter saying the same thing. Now, if you guys can go back and play the tapes, I concede that Ted Daniels is legit. Okay. But I also knew about the existence of this letter then. Okay. So I didn't publish this letter because I didn't have permission to, right? Because that's how sourcing works. Some shit's told to you off the record, right? And I got this source. Now, I'm not saying who the source is. Maybe I got a leak in the DA's office. I don't know. We'll see. I admit nothing. So I got this 3 weeks. So Hank and them announced this in mid-February. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's over? Excuse me? Excuse me. Because 3 weeks earlier, they're saying this. Okay? And again, I've got I don't know what I did with the other 3 pages. I got it somewhere, but this is the most important page. Any such coordination between the U.S. Attorney's Office and any member of the Reed team would be wholly inconsistent with my office's investigation into this matter and in its purpose in retaining 𝗪𝗏. So he's obviously trying to find out from them about 𝗪𝗏. What is your relationship with 𝗪𝗏? And she's like, bitch, I'm not telling you. It would be none of your fucking business. I would also add that the U.S. Attorney's Office has not shared any information with any member of the Reed team except for the confidential materials in the 𝗃𝗏 report last year. So he's like, I want to know everything that you've told the Reed team. And like, bitch, we haven't told them shit. And that's the truth. The Cameron Reed team had no fucking clue and to this day has no idea what the federal investigators were looking into. Nothing. They knew that they kind of had context clues based on questions that Josh Levy and Adam 𝗍𝗫 would ask them, but they didn't know exactly what they were doing. All right. And they could, then they read the 𝗃𝗏 report and they're like, holy shit. And again, the 𝗃𝗏 report was enough for any ethical DA's office to just cut bait, but they didn't. I cannot grant any of your other requests to the extent that they fail to meet the requirements, or because certain materials potentially responsive to the request are protected by the attorney-client privilege, the deliberative process privilege, the investigatory privilege, and or attorney work product. The materials you seek concern a federal investigation into the circumstances underlying the Reed matter. That investigation is ongoing. Consequently, I can't authorize your requests in their entirety because disclosure of the requested materials would reveal investigatory records compiled for law enforcement purposes and would interfere with enforcement proceedings or disclose investigative techniques and procedures, the effectiveness of which would thereby be impaired. I nevertheless will authorize the release of certain investigatory materials. Okay. This includes my office's contract with and invoices from 𝗪𝗏 and Ms. Reed's counsel's 𝗃𝗏 request for the testimony of the 𝗪𝗏 experts. These materials will be provided to you under separate cover. Okay. So this gets signed on January 30th, 2025. And it says right there, the investigation is ongoing, folks. It's ongoing. So you take what you want to believe from that. 3 weeks later, they say, and you can't say it's the old administration because January 30th, 2025 is the Trump administration. Josh Levy's gone by then, and they're still saying this. Now, certainly there's a world in which over the next 3 weeks, they decide under the leadership of Leah Foley that they are not going to pursue this anymore, that the Trump administration wants to drop this one. That's a possibility. That's certainly a possibility. Okay, that in that 3 week period, they suddenly decided to stop. Sure. I've seen no proof that that hasn't happened. I've seen no proof that it has happened, though. All I've seen is, I believe that Ted Daniel would not lie, that he's not making up sources, right? That he has to have sources in the U.S. Attorney's Office who are telling him this stuff. So I don't believe Helena Rafferty, and I don't believe Hank Brennan, but I do believe Ted Daniel. So Ted Daniel says that I believe it. Sorry if you don't. Okay. Ted Daniel has a great track record with this stuff. He would never fucking lie. He would never. And he's certainly not like pro Commonwealth. He's not going to, it probably pained him to report that because I'm sure Ted Daniel, I've never asked him about this directly, but I think context clues indicate that he believes Karen Reed is innocent and he's very satisfied with the results of the trial. So I believe him, I believe Ted. So, but I believe that's what they said. I also believe that there is a world, okay, where the U.S. Attorney's Office wants the McAlberts and the Commonwealth to believe that the investigation's over. Maybe they start using their cell phones again, Maybe they feel a little bit more comfortable again. Maybe that was their issue, that they're onto us too much. That is certainly something that the FBI has been known to do. Right? They did it with the Adelsons, right? With Donna Adelson in 2016. Just like doing something to see if it provokes a reaction. Doing something, the bump they did with her in 2016 to try to get her to get on the phone with Charlie Adelson. And it worked. She immediately got on the phone with Charlie, right? And started saying incriminating shit, right? That could, if you're the McAlberts and you see this, aren't you a little bit more comfortable? Don't you feel a little bit better? What was she doing at Elizabeth Proctor's house on September 25th, 2023? Why were they having a discussion in person? Why weren't they just talking on the phone like normal people? Maybe they were worried their phones were tapped. Maybe now they feel a little bit more comfortable talking on the phone. Maybe. I'm just throwing it out there. It seemed very odd that the federal government would just like announce, like, we're done here. Oh, we're all set, because they didn't go the next mile. They didn't go the extra mile and say the conspiracy is full of shit. That's like 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗃's big complaint with the federal government, is that they didn't go on and say, oh, the McAlberts are completely innocent, right? And he's right. They didn't say that. And I find that interesting that they didn't do that, right? So again, it's all speculation. I don't know anything. I don't know. I just deal with facts and evidence and things that I know. And I know as a fact, because I've seen the evidence, that on January 30th, the U.S. Attorney's Office said that the investigation is ongoing. And I know that 3 weeks later, the U.S. Attorney's Office is telling these people that it's over. That's all that I know. So take from that what you will. I don't know for a fact anything other than those two facts. January 30th, they said it's ongoing. February 20, whatever, they said it's over. You tell me. You tell me. That's my thoughts on that. Okay. Now, also want to talk about real quick this broad on TikTok is pissing me off. I'm going to show her up here. Okay. Because I hate her. And she's just such a piece of shit liar. I fucking hate the grifters. I'm so glad I can call it the grifters again. So there's some chick on I love TikTok now. Now I'm like addicted to TikTok. Hold on. What's this one? Is the volume? Oh.
Call her crazy ex-girlfriend from like 25 years ago of John's. By the way, I just screen grabbed that off of something that is, I would never say, oh my God, psycho, whatever that is. That's not me. I'm not post the videos that I took of her car being broke down and how like 2 of her rims were busted out, car broken down, but yet she's in court every day. Whatever, to each their own.
Okay.
I got you, sis. Here's a
anyway. So I want to find this chick, this other chick. I want to find her. Hold on. Again, the thing about TikTok is it's supposed to be like short and to the point. That's what people like about TikTok. That was taking too long, so I had to skip that one. Because I don't think there's 1.5 speed on it. Okay, so this chick right here is the biggest scam artist, like full of. Her name is J Megan on TikTok. She's got 352,000 followers, and she is a complete moron. She was on our side, and she would often spread disinformation on there. She had this whole thing about the hat being the wrong hat. She's just spreads. I've gotten so many things from people about her. Like, oh my God, did you see what this person said? I'm like, yep, she's full of shit. She doesn't know what she's talking about. And so she had this rant about me the other day that I want to play for you guys. Ready? It's called I Support Karen, Not Turtleboy. Let's play it.
All right, looks like it's going to be me who says it publicly, and some of you are probably going to get pissed off about this, and I don't really care because I fully support Karen Reed's team distancing themselves from Turtleboy. To be clear, this is not me ripping on his investigative journalism skills. I give him the credit where that's due, and I respect it. However, the Karen Reed case stopped being about Karen Reed for him a long time ago. He loved the attention he was getting. He turned into a narcissist who would attack people, even in the own base, even in the Free Karen Reed movement. He would send his supporters to go harass Free Karen Reed content creators and then talk shit about us TikTokers like we haven't helped. This man actively pushed people away from the Karen Reed movement by the way he treated them, the way he talked to them online. What kind of journalist refers to themselves as a journalism Jesus? He's a misogynist, he's an ableist, he's always body shaming people, not to mention the homophobic comments that he would make to anybody who disagreed with his opinion.
Okay, stop right there. So many things wrong with this already. So first of all, to say that I'm a misogynist, 80% of my channel is like female. So worst massage therapist ever. If I'm actually a misogynist, I can't. A lot of women seem to like the channel. I don't like. I guess if I'm like such a sexist pig, why are so many women on this channel? I don't know. All right, can't be my charm alone. But also the whole like, as if we didn't help. What did you do? What did you do besides go on TikTok and act like a lunatic and say crazy shit? Right? Is this too quiet on there? Is this like, I know she's, you probably don't want her to be more quiet again, but I think that's all it can do for volume. And so she goes on.
He did some really shitty things to other creators in the Karen Reed movement, and frankly, people were scared to talk about it. And if you want to be all edgelord and everything, fine, whatever, that's your style. But at some point, you had to realize that you were actively harming Karen's campaign. And frankly, I think the reason that so many people...
So how was I harming Karen's campaign? I started a grassroots movement, I think it's called now, a grassroots, and yeah, let's do a gender poll. We got to do a gender. We got to do a gender poll quick. Start a poll. Are you male or female? Okay. Male, female. Okay. Let's see what we got today. Usually it's about 80-20. We'll see what it is today. We'll find out in a sec. My pronouns are doctor. Is that transphobic to say it? Again, I'm a comedian. I make jokes and shit. You know, it is what it is. Like the pronoun thing is funny to me. I don't know. And they're like so mad. My tagline used to be if Jill Biden is a doctor, then I am too. I have since changed that to if 𝗀𝗏 is a doctor, then I am too. But it's the whole thing about like I'm not actually a doctor, but I call myself one. So there's that. Okay, let's see what it's at right now. We are at chick overload tonight. 1,000 votes in, and 85% are women now. 85% of viewers are female. That is wild to me. Holy shit. I am the worst massage therapist ever. And I guess I'm the worst homophobe too, because the gays love me. They love me. And because it's like, how am I homophobic? Because I use the word gay. And I'm like, you're gay, you wicked gay. That's gay. It's like, that's just how I talk. That's how everybody talked in the 90s. That's like how I grew up. You're being gay. Stop being gay. Like, I don't know. It's not like a bad thing. It's not like the N-word. I never say the N-word. I don't go there. Right. But like, you're allowed to say it's gay. You're not like actually homophobic. If you say gay, you call someone gay. Like, it's not insulting. Like, it's not a big deal. Okay. And whatever. Like, I call the transgender community, I call them the BLT 123 community. Like, it's not, that doesn't mean you're transphobic, right? Like, it is what it is. All right, next. So she goes on.
Are against Karen is because of him and what he's done.
I'm the reason people are
about people matters in this world. And don't get me wrong, I do think for some things he is being framed. And yes, they are lying murderers. But guess what? That doesn't give you the legal right to stalk people. And what he did probably was witness intimidation.
Okay, so she thinks I'm being framed, but also I committed witness intimidation. So now she's saying that Jennifer McCabe is a victim. Like that. If you're not sufficiently outraged to the point where you think that Jennifer McCabe deserves to be confronted in public and asked about this, then you're missing the big point. Like, Jennifer McCabe helped murder someone. Brian Albert, Brian Higgins. Like, Brian Higgins doesn't go out in public because he knows that people are going to ask him about what he did, as they should. Right? That's why I'm not charged with intimidating Brian Higgins, because I couldn't find him. I'm not even being charged with intimidating Brian Albert because I couldn't find him. They probably would, but the others all go out in public like it's like life is normal, right? Like, oh, whatever. It's called journalism, but this person seems to think that this is witness intimidation. So she's taking a stand now that the trial's over. She's standing up. And she's like, it's a good thing Karen Reed's distancing herself from him. So that's why I made the hostage video, right? Is because a lot of online criticism about like whatever, you know? So anyway, she goes on.
And I'm sure that the hate I'm going to get from him and his loyalists are coming.
The hate?
I don't care. I stopped.
Again, it's not hate. It's just criticism. Like, I'm not calling her like a fat pig or just an insane psycho chick. I'm just breaking down why I disagree with this video. And this whole preempting about, I'm a victim, I'm going to get hate. Bitch, you got 352,000 TikTok followers. That's more than I got, right? Technically, you're bullying me. I mean, if that's how this works, right? Like, whoever has the bigger platform is the bully. So I guess she's the bigger bully. I don't know. I don't typically engage in self-victimization, so I'm new to this. Maybe she could teach me how this works.
Bowing down to emotional men a long time
Emotional
ago.
men?
I stopped not speaking out because of emotional men a long time ago.
What? Emotional men? Don't you like emotional men? I'm so confused by new age feminism. I thought you guys wanted men to be emotional, like have feelings and shit like that. Like, so now I'm bad because I'm an emotional man. What does that even mean? And where'd your neck go? No neck ho. Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean that. That's massage therapist. I didn't mean that. Okay, go ahead.
And clearly Karen and her team feel the same way about him. And they know him better than all of us. All right.
Okay, so yeah. And then you go in the comments and it's all like, they don't like the word cunt and all this stuff and blah, whatever. I'm not trying to get any of these people to like me. So I'm glad. I mean, they weren't going to be fans anyway. And then she goes on and she goes, last words on Aidan, and she spells my name wrong. Okay. So let's see this one.
For those of you keeping track, I genuinely do not care about whatever response he had to my video the other day. Stop tagging me and stuff. I'm not watching them. I'm not reading Twitter. I don't care about him. In fact, I take it as a point of pride if somebody so low on the morality totem pole is looking up at me and shaking their fists. I take it as a compliment. The only reason I didn't say anything prior to this is because I was trying to keep up a united front on the Free Karen Reed.
Right. Okay.
Because I put Karen's needs before my own.
Oh yeah. She
everything that people have been telling me since my first video are true, then he's objectively a bad human being.
Ooh.
Recording bum fights, writing racist exposés about.
Wait. Recording bum fights? I don't record any bum fights. I might have written about some bum fights. Like we call them ratchets, not bums, dear. So we don't, hold on. I'll show you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to send this picture to myself so I have it. Okay. Yeah. So recording bum fights. I never recorded any bum fights. I might have commented on a couple ratchet fights. But I didn't record it myself. I wish. I mean, to be
recording bum fights, writing racist exposés about a high school student.
Racist exposés about a high school student? What racist expose did I ever write about a high school student? Yeah, it's like somebody said. Now I can't unsee it. It's Mimi from the Drew Carey Show, right? What racist expose did I ever write about a high school student? What is that? And the fights were at the Big E. I don't know. I must have missed that. I don't know.
A trans teaching aid? Well,
wait, what? Wait.
A high school student outing a trans teaching aid? Well,
outing a trans teaching aid? Can you be more specific? Like, what kind of article is that? Outing? What does that mean? I expose shitty behavior. I've always exposed shitty behavior, right? If two ratchets fight at the Big E, right, and a bunch of kids around and shit, I'm gonna expose them. I'm gonna give them funny names. It's comedy. Like, everybody thinks that shit's fucking inappropriate. So like, I just call it out. That's what I've always done. I don't know what the trans teaching aid is. You'll have to be more specific. I've written thousands of articles. If they probably did something bad, like that's a general rule of thumb is if you are like on Turtleboy, it's not by accident. Like it's not, that ain't on me.
Frankly, I'd be doing something wrong in my life if this guy liked me. And Aidan, since we know you love doxing people, just so
doxing.
You know, that is illegal here in Illinois. And yes,
doxing is illegal. What does doxing mean? I don't think that is the most overused word on the internet. I don't even know this person's name, nor do I care what she goes by. J Megan on TikTok, but she's already like playing the victim. Like, oh, you're going to dox me. What is that? I don't even know what doxing means. Like, I don't care. Like she's kind of set herself up to be like, I know she's going to do something to me. What am I going to do? I'm going to criticize you. I might make fun of you a little bit here and there. That's it. I mean, I'm going to make a fool of you. I'm really good at that, is just holding a mirror up and saying, look how fucking stupid you look. Like, that's what I do. And you're really fucking stupid. You're doing it yourself. I don't even have to say much, like you're ridiculous. And so that's that. Like, first of all, doxing is illegal. What does that mean? What is doxing? When I say your name, you're allowed to say someone's name. You're allowed to say their address. You're allowed to say their phone number. You're allowed to do all that shit. I don't even know what that means, but I haven't done any of that. So doxing is illegal in Illinois. Oh yeah. You know the law real well. Oh, I'm sure. Oh yeah. Sure you do. You're a TikTok lady.
I double checked. It applies to people who live out of state.
Oh, you double checked.
Call me fat, ugly, crazy, whatever you want. I don't care. But this will be the last video I make on this subject.
Yeah, something tells me it's not, but okay. And then you go to the chat and it's like, she's got an army of retards here. He's not for everyone. Doxing, body shaming, threatening people is not okay. I definitely picked up racist vibes. What? Even with specific comments about the foreman. What did I say about the foreman that was racist? Okay. All right. I didn't know that was racist towards the foreman, but okay. I didn't call him an Uncle Tom, so I got that going for me. Let's see. He's always been super sketchy to me. He's not a good person. All right. I feel like he tried to gaslight us about what he said during his live. I read the article he just wrote, but it's like, why would you word things in your live the way you did if you didn't mean it like that? Because, dear, the live, you just say things off the cuff and sometimes it comes out wrong. And that's why I did the hostage video, is because sometimes when we collect our thoughts and we like put them in writing, it's just more effective. You know what I mean? Like, that was the whole point. I felt like what I said on the live show wasn't that representative of how I actually felt, like it was being taken the wrong way. So there's that. Now, what else are people saying? Let's see. What else? I seen him in the background of a Canton town hall meeting. He was holding up silly signs, people behind the people speaking. It was distracting, and it was he was making about himself. Yes, you're right. That was distracting. That was quite literally the whole point. See, dear, that's something called comedy, right? And that's what I do best. It's like a bit, and it's funny. I think that the sign said, Jill Daniels touched me. See, that's funny. That's objectively funny because she did touch me, but it sounds like it's like a sexual thing. Like, it's funny. And I know you guys are like kind of humorless because look at you. You're just, you are a thief of joy. Anybody who follows this person and finds her any entertaining is a thief of joy. So I don't expect them to find me very funny, nor would I want them to like me. So I'm not a fan of this at all, but I'll give him credit for showcasing the Kearney case. Okay. I think it's time for him and Karen to go their separate ways. Okay. You're entitled to that opinion. Karen would probably prefer that he keep her name out of his mouth. Okay. What else? Totally agree with you. You're absolutely right. Blah, blah, blah. He likes to destroy people's lives to benefit himself. Ooh, wow. One in particular nearly caused someone I know to hurt themselves. And what does that mean? They nearly caused. So I nearly caused the suicide. How does that even work? He's a bully. Okay. I get that people realize they aren't witnesses, but he was intimidating the witnesses. Okay. So they're victims, right? Jennifer McCabe's a victim. Thank you for clearing that up. If it wasn't for him, I'd never have heard of Karen Reed. Well, thank you, Gwenda. Yeah, that's very true. But that doesn't take away from him how he talks about people and he blows. Imagine like I kind of like helped save a woman's life and they're like, yeah, but he's offends me. So get the fuck over it. Like, who cares? Get over it. Anyway, so there's that. So she's just a crazy person. You want to see a funny one? Let's see. And meanwhile, she's got this whole like verdict reaction where she cries and shit. Like, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me.
002 is guilty of operating in the influence of liquor, and 003 not guilty. Thank you.
Look at me, look at me, look at me. Again, it's just another Estey. It's just another look at me, look at me, look at me. Pay attention to me. Here's my reaction to stuff. I'm me. What the fuck? So you want to see the let's see. What is this? The Photoshop?
Y'all knew the second that this hat came out that I was gonna have something to say, and I do. First off, this is the picture from the trial last year. Just want to get that out of the way. Pay special close attention to this part right here. Now, this is the picture that they showed that supposedly showed the uncovering of the hat, correct? Now, I don't know about y'all, but that sure as fuck doesn't look like a hat to me. That looks, I can't tell what that is, can you? Second, let's take a minute to just look at the scene in which they claim that they found the hat. Remember, this is what, 3 days later? Yet supposedly, the same day, this is what's going on with all the other stuff they're finding. That's a lot of grass. We all saw how much snow they were shoveling through on that first day. So why do we have a wall of snow here, yet just a couple feet away, there's supposedly just grass and leaves and everything everywhere? Now, again, take a look at this.
Again, this is why I took so long to get on TikTok, because I'm like, this person has 350,000 followers and people enjoy their content. Like, that's not the platform for me. Thanks, but no thanks. And yeah, let me find. I got to go way back to find a really good one. Hold on, you're gonna like this. This is the funniest shit. That might have been the funniest shit that ever happened in the whole Kearney trial. Hold on. This is like the early days. 24. Oh man, we're gonna have to go way back. She does this all the time. Karen Reed juror interview. So she's like using my content and like making videos about it. And okay. But I'm a bad guy. But also, here's all the content he made that helped out the case. But also, he's a bad guy. I mean, it's just biting off of me. Everything. Like everything you're talking about in the last 2 years is because of me. But also, I'm a bad guy. Okay. I found Higgins in the Sallyport video. Sure you did. And no one else found it. The Reed team didn't find him, but you did. TikTok lady. Okay. Hold on. This will be good. I gotta see. 1.2 million views. Holy shit. This is why I need to be a TikToker. I can now TikTok this person. 224. Okay. Wait, is this like before Karen Reed now? Okay, because I'm not seeing any more Karen Reed. Hold on. Huh. I'm looking for the one where she thinks I'm Michael Proctor. That one was gold. $315.24. Hold on, I'll find it. Hold on. I don't see the date on any of these. The dates. I'm not seeing any more Karen Reed, so maybe I went too far. Too far back. Hold on. Now I'm seeing some Karen Reed stuff, but this is during the trial. Anyway, I'll just show you what I got. Hold on. This is a screen cap from it. You might have seen this one before. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Okay, check this out. This was an actual one of her TikToks. Okay. This is all you need to see. This is part of her investigative journalism back in the day. Trooper Proctor, and look who she introduces her audience to Trooper Proctor, and look who it is. That's me. Okay? That's me. That was Legion Duso's uniform that I was trying on. I was over her house, and I was we were drinking. It was the first time I'd ever hung out with her, and she lost her job because of me. Ironically, because I wrote about the fact that she was a drug. She admitted to dealing drugs and selling weed. I mean, weed's not really a drug, but like taking the $200,000 or $300,000 in drug proceeds and like laundering it, and to shady defense attorneys like Hank Brennan. She gave 20 grand to Hank Brennan, and anyway, then the state police hired her anyway, despite the fact that they investigated her, and she testified under oath that she sold weed and all this. And it was because she was in a relationship with Lieutenant Colonel Dan Ristine. Okay. And then she started becoming a fan of mine 2 years later, even though she was fired. She lost her job because of me. And then, next thing you know, she wanted attention. So she like started going in my chat and being like supporting Turtleboy. And then I had her on my show and I interviewed her, and she was kind of like flirting with me a little bit on the interview. Like it was wild. And everyone's like, and she looked good. She had the whole Jenny from the Block thing going on. And I'm like, okay. And she invited me up there. And this is the first night. This is the first night I made it happen. And there you go. I was wearing the uniform that I took from her. So that's ironic. But this person thinks that I'm Michael Proctor. This is like so funny. Like, look at the face. It's like serious reporting. Oh, I found somebody sent me the actual TikTok. Hold on. I actually got the actual TikTok. Hold on. Okay. All right, hold on. I got it. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Ready? Here's the TikTok. I found it. Wait.
O'Keefe and how she's being framed in a massive cover-up. Trooper Michael Proctor was the lead investigator on O'Keefe's unaliving. And from the very beginning, he made it clear that he was targeting Karen and had no intentions of even investigating Brian Albert. We found out in opening statements that Trooper Proctor was on his personal phone texting his friends about what was going on and had illegally seized Karen's phone and was trying to find her spicy photos on it. Not only was he going through her phone without a search warrant, he was telling his buddies that he hoped that she unalived herself. And when one of the buddies replied that the homeowner was going to get a lot of grief for a body being found on his property, Proctor replied, nope. At no point did Michael Proctor ever step foot inside Albert's home, even get a search warrant for it. Well, it turns out not only are they
Wait a minute.
Even get a search warrant.
Wait a minute. This is a screenshot from my articles too. I recognize the font. So she's using my articles in her content, but also I'm a bad guy. Also, I'm a bad guy.
For it. Well, it turns out not only are they old high school buddies, earlier that very week, Proctor had texted Brian Albert's wife to have her babysit his kid. Now, at 4:30 that day, approximately 10 hours after the body had been discovered, Proctor and other state troopers arrived at Karen's parents' house where he observed her broken taillight and had it towed. And at about 6:30 p.m., about 12 hours later, suddenly the troopers find parts of the taillight in the snow by where the body was. During cross-examination this week, the defense was able to get Seraph and another police officer, Stephen, yet somehow, after a blizzard...
So this isn't like when she first started. This is during the first trial. It was pretty obvious by this point. I am not Michael Proctor. It's pretty obvious. Just because I once wore a state police uniform before getting jiggy with it does not actually make me Michael Proctor.
In the middle of a dark January night, the officer who found the taillight was none other than Trooper Michael Proctor.
That's me. It's me. I did it. It was all me.
Is currently conducting a parallel investigation involving several of the same witnesses in this trial. We don't know the details of their investigation. It should be noted that in March, the Massachusetts State Police confirmed that Proctor is under investigation with Internal Affairs. And yet he is still on active duty. He has not been relieved from his field business.
So she's got a picture of Proctor. Like, she's got a picture of him. She knows what he looks like at this point. Like, she's showing. That's also from my article, that picture. So she's using pictures of Proctor from my articles, but somehow found a picture of me in the Genduso uniform and couldn't picture, like, wait, these aren't the same people. I have hair. Like, that's a big difference. And I don't look like a fucking douchebag. I also have that going for me.
Because you can't put someone on the witness stand who is under investigation internally. They are not considered a credible witness. But what the FBI found in their investigation and turned over to the defense attorneys blew the lid off of this case. It proves Jennifer innocent and implicates Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert's sister-in-law, who was at the party that night, tried to delete the evidence. But you'll have to come back for part 4.
Okay, yes, I'll get right on that. Everyone's like, that's Michael Proctor. Oh, my God. Oh, that's not Michael Proctor. It's Turtleboy. Yes, I have been made aware, yet she did not do anything to correct it. So somehow, that's a award-winning journalist, Turtleboy. Okay. To be fair, she goes, they look a lot alike. I don't think they do. I don't know. I don't think I look like Proctor. That's just, I'm saying that no one's ever confused me for him. Okay. Anyway, why don't we just read some turtle chats and call it a night? Because it's getting pretty late here. Okay. Let's see what we got here. All right. Deuce sends $25, goes, thanks for everything you do, doctor. I loved how you introduced yourself to the other doctors. It gets me every time. What's in the Paw Patrol cup? I was drinking iced coffee earlier. I drink iced coffee in my Paw Patrol cup every night. So thank you very much. Next up, Joni sends $20 and goes, you're like the Howard Stern of true crime, controversial and provocative with real interview skills that get people talking. You don't have Stern's reach yet, but you put yourself out there fearlessly. That willingness to ruffle feathers and challenge narratives is exactly what Karen's case needed. Someone who won't just regurgitate the official story. Keep being unapologetically you. Well, thank you, Joni. I appreciate that. Michelle RN sends $100 and says, my husband and I believe in you too, Dr. Turtleboy. We can't wait to see more amazing journalism from you. Well, thank you, Michelle, and your lovely husband. Thank you. Dana, D-A-N-N-A, sends $250. Whew. Everything's turning up Turtleboy tonight. And says, hello from your friends in Utah. Well, thank you. I love my Utah Utes, Turtle Riders. There we go. Free Turtleboy sends $5, goes, how long is Scott going to continue to shit on Tom CPU in the chat every show? I don't really get into that stuff. I love Scott. I love Tom CPU. I think they're great. I think they're both swell. I only judge people on how they treat me, and they both always show up for me. So thanks, guys. Next up, Eureka sends $10, goes, I'm going to try and hang in with you through Koberger, but I struggle with that one. He's autistic and it hits close to home for me as my son is on the spectrum, but I'll thoroughly enjoy July with you regardless. P.S. When are you going to have Nan Gallagher on, stubborn man? She loves the shit out of you. Stay sexy. I've been meaning to have Nan on sometime, but I just don't do guests that much. You know what I mean? So I think I talked to Nan earlier on about having her on when she first started becoming like, you know, making the rounds. But I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I'm almost positive the night that I hung out with her, the fateful night in March, we had one too many red sangrias. I think she told me something like, I like your show better alone. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I thought she said that. Maybe Nan could correct me, but I love Nan, so that's great. Nan's great. Next up, Cheryl sends $10, goes, Turtleboy, you opened my eyes to this case. Thank you for all you've done. Freedom is not free. Well, thank you very much, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Karen is freed, send $10 and goes, Turtle, do you have any idea how Proctor's issues will affect the Brian Walsh case? You know, the fact that he wasn't even called as a witness in the Karen Reed case means they're probably just not going to call him at all. And they're just going to be like, yeah, the investigation was perfect, but also Proctor's kind of a douche. There's that. Penny sends $20 and says, hey, Turtle, I'm old enough to be your grandma. That's pretty old. And I followed you through both trials, and I think you're one awesome guy. Thanks for all you do. Love from Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's my favorite city in America. I love Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's where my pops is from, born and raised. My uncle still lives in Fort Wayne. And yeah, Bishop Dwenger, you know, go for it. And Snyder High School. Love it. So thank you very much for that one. Love Fort Wayne. Next up. Lisa Marie sends $25 and goes, thanks for always appreciating us. We love you. And I'm from Brockton, and I've been saying cunt since birth. Well, you're from Brockton. You have to say it. Fuck them. Don't ever change. I won't. I promise, Lisa Marie. I appreciate that. Next up, Ashley sends $5, goes, focus more on the mean girls going after Estey and why they are so threatened by her. Trust me when I say that literally no one is threatened by Estey. I mean, I don't know if this is an Estey person, whoever Ashley with the IGH is. No one is threatened by Estey like at all. Like we're just, people are amused by it. It's like the whole thing is wild. I'm glad it's over. At least the trial's over. We don't have to watch that anymore. But when you look back at it, you know, it is what it is. Kristen sends $25, goes, Doc, they will do anything and everything to sow animus between you and Karen and her lawyers. Don't let them. No, I mean, I have no animus with them. I'm looking forward to one day hearing from them. I know that there's no animus, like at all. That's it. So nobody is trying to do, I mean, people in the comments will say what they want, whatever. I just tell you how it is. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, that's one thing I'm not going to do is get up here and lie and be like, oh, yeah. Oh, David Unetti hasn't been on here yet, but it's just because he's busy or this. Like, no, I'm telling the truth. It's like, that's what happened. Like, Victoria George has to come on because she's got 4 kids. And what, like, no, it's just, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not going to like lie. Like, it is what it is. So I have no animus, and I don't think they do either. I'm sure they have their own reasons, and I look forward to speaking with them someday in the future on the show or off the show. Let's see. Sonia sends $100. Thanks, Sonia, and says, I couldn't match Microdot's $1,000, but I will match Priscilla Thompson's $100. It just takes 10 of us to match Microdot's. Let's fucking go, free Turtleboy. Well, Sonia, that's very kind. And I appreciate every single dollar that comes in here. So thank you very much for that. Tattooed Lad Vegas sends $5, goes, I may or may not be a cousin of John Stamos, who's a free Kearney guy. You never know. Maybe I can get him to make an appearance. Calls are in order. Get him on here. I'd love to have him on. Uncle Jesse. Karen is free. It's time to do the same for you. How about another meal of food raffle? I love you. The woman who won the last raffle never got to us. This Megan Friel, I think was her name. She purchased like 100 entries into the raffle and she won. And then we never heard from her. If you're out there, you still want that meal of food at Chili's, it's turtleboysports@gmail.com, or else we'll have to do another one. But that is actually for the Karen Reed Legal Defense Fund. This time it'll be for the Turtleboy one because Karen Reed's free. And Karen Reed is going to make a shitload of money moving forward. Like, trust me. And she's earned every penny of it. Like, she should make as much money as she can possibly get, in my opinion. This is America. She's innocent. She's been, brought through the ringers and all that. But, like, I'm talking millions. Like, Karen's not going to be upper middle class. She's going to be rich from this, as she should be. So, but meanwhile, your homeboy over here has open charges. So I'm just saying. Okay, next up. Raider sends $10. Raider Kev and says, "Hey Turtle, I'm a new turtle rider from Northern California. I love what you're doing. I saw Estey on the LV Cop show, and the whole time I was wondering who the fuck she was. Struck me as an attention whore. Fuck the tuck rule." Oh, he must be a Raiders fan. Raider Kev. Duh. I appreciate that. Nicola sends $10, goes, "Hey Turtle Boy, if you do a live show with Karen as her first interview, 1,200 seating and a $400 a ticket, that's a lot. That's $480,000 in her back pocket. Worth asking her if you want to compete with the mainstream media networks. Also, I sent you an off-topic Facebook message." I actually did send her that proposal, but didn't hear. I have no idea what she's being offered, so didn't happen. Next up, Kathy sends $10 and goes, "Do you know 𝗵𝗧𝗃 has never tried a case yet? He's the county prosecutor DA. He's never tried a case. Wake up, Norfolk County, and hope Karen finds some humility in all this and pays you the respect you deserve. Praying for your freedom, Turtle Boy, every day." Well, thank you, Kathy. It's very nice of you. Isabel sends $10, goes, "I don't think I've ever come across quite like you. Good luck." Well, thank you. Woohoo Worldwide sends $25, goes, was it pointed out that Barros was actually shown the Sallyport pic, but it was when Lally showed it to him pre-trial? That's a good point. Remember, Hank was like, "Were you ever showed this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was showed that." And he's like, "No, you weren't. Here's your transcript." But he was actually shown it apparently pre-trial, before the trial. So he was right. Woohoo to you, Dr. Turtleboy. Thank you. JFK's Perk Farts Altman. JFK's Perk Farts Altman. Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. Dever, Ash the green-haired, they, them, and Estey. I'm not going to kill any of them. That's not my style. Fuck, marry, kill. I mean, it would have to be. It'd have to be Diva, because she's not bad looking. I mean, she is what she is. She's not bad looking, but it is what it is. Okay. Trisha sends $5 and goes, "The only thing more cringe than the Estey is Video Jesus simping for Estey." I did notice that immediately out of the blue, Video Jesus, who I told you guys a long time ago is like an attention seeking. I just don't like, look at me, give me credit. It's like, I'd never liked her. I smelt that bitch out from the beginning. So thank you for that. Lynn sends $10, goes, "What is happening when you go to court on the 7th? Is it pre-trial?" Nice post by Yannetti. Yes, it is a pre-trial motions hearing on July 7th at 2 p.m. I'd love to see you guys there. Thank you. I don't know what we're doing yet. Peggy's L&M Light 100s sends $10, goes, "Pink Panda is making me homophobic. I don't think she's gay. How could she say that? Auntie Deb loves you." True. "And he speaks for all gays. Those are the rules." That's just a fact. He's the official spokesman for homosexuals everywhere. That's just a fact. So thank you. Cuck Brennan sends $5, goes, "Talk about my cuck brother, Tony Brennan, and his Twitter tweets. He's been tweeting on Twitter. Also, I'm a little behind, but people want the other pages of the FBI document. P.S. Fuck Estey." Yeah, I'll try to find those other pages. And I did notice that his brother Tony is on Twitter running his mouth. I exposed him the other day. Thank you. Sonia sends $10, goes, "I just wanted to send another Dono, to my favorite misogynistic, homophobic witness intimidator, and to mention, in case no one ever has, that when Aussies send money, we actually send more than you are receiving because of the shitty exchange rate. So today you've received from me $110, but it cost me $170. I wish you got all that money. It's sad you don't. Shout out to the Turtle Ruse. Yeah, what's up with that exchange rate? I guess that means we got a stronger dollar than you. That's messed up. Well, thank you very much. Next up. Lazy L sends $10 and goes, hey, doctor, if you go on Dana Bowling's show, she's great. She loves the no-neck hoe. Interestingly, she watched The Body in the Snow and decided Karen was innocent, which is the same show the hoe watched to prep for her insane take. Dana even did a segment on her completely ignorant take. So I think if you talk to her, it would be entertaining. Well, thank you, Lazy L. Whenever she wants. Bri J sends $5, goes, I unfollowed that dumbass TikToker when I saw her video today. I had seen some of her videos with wrong information and should have done it then. Fuck her, free Turtleboy. Well, thank you, Bri J. I appreciate that. Next up. Marina sends $10 and goes, I love what you're doing for justice. Watch Karen Read every day in your journalism from South Africa. Well, thank you very much, Marina. Love my South African turtle writers. OG Daniel Baker sends $25 goes, how ridiculous was the Proctor interview after the verdict? He wants to get back into law enforcement and was crying like a bitch about getting fired, but he wouldn't change a thing about the way he conducted the investigation. You know, I don't think I've ever properly played that. So we will save that for next episode, the Proctor interview. Thank you. Wanya sends $10 goes, you are amazing. Sending love from California. Did Higgins turn himself in? Where is he? I don't fucking know. The Cape somewhere. Being a douchebag. I don't know. Oh, man. Look at this. Nan Gallagher. See, you guys mentioned her once, and she shows up with $500. Well, thank you, Nan Gallagher. So she gives $500. Thank you, Nan. And she goes, a little something for your defense fund. Great to see you last week. I'm not your sugar mama. You kind of are. Just support brave and satirical journalism. Well, thank you, Nan Gallagher. You're too nice. I really, really appreciate that. And I support you too. Thank you very much, Nan. We love you. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, awesome. Let's see if we have any more cash apps. No, I think we are good. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I am going to call it an evening. It's been a good one. You guys are real ones. We will see you guys all for the next episode of Turtleboy Live. Oh, but tune into Andrea Burkhart tomorrow, bro. 8:00. It's going to happen. Finally happened. I can't wait to go on. So we'll see you guys then. Peace, Turtle Riders.
It calls for data including calendars, alerts, reminders, notes, text messages, pictures, or videos from April 1st, 2023 through and including October 5th, 2023. 7 months.